Yes, yes, yes. You are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie. Let me get my screen right. Okay, I'm undecided. Let's have a look. How we looking? I'm the invisible man. I like it. Hold on. Is there some shape and form? I think I just see myself. What the hell's this? Looks like something off the Titanic. This ain't good. Raphie's fading in and fading out. OMG. Damn. What's going on? What is going on? Tone, bright and early, up in the building. I'm just looking at this. Thing right here. Let's have a look. What happens if I do this? Damn. It's kind of. I'm fading in, I'm fading out. This is hilarious. I like it. Okay, so hello and welcome to Boxing Talk with Raphie. Fading in, Raphie's fading in and fading out. It's funny. I thought I was in great health, but look at this. I'm fading out. I'm fading in and fading out. OMG. Okay, let's at least get the screen right. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, what did that happen? Why did that become so clear when that came up? What's going on? Let's have a look. This is some strange shiznicks going on here at Dawkins Towers. Okay. We got the Cal L up in the building. And here are a list of valuable instructions. Salute to the Combat Radio Nation. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And, of course, hit the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Okay, first things first. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to join me here today. But first things first. Actually, the first thing should be, let me just mute this. Actually, the first thing should be the sound check. I don't even know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? What? Music stopped at that precise time? Dame. Okay, timing. Raphie got timing. Okay, let me share my shizzle with the people. Them. Okay, let's copy that. Oh, shizzle. I got no excuse, really, because I should have shared the other thing with the other thing, you know, at the other time, earlier time. What's going on here? Okay. What's going on? Okay. We just drop this in and let the people know. Oh, no, not that. Not like that. Let's not go out like that, for goodness sakes. All right, drop that in there. We are live. Boom. Okay. I don't even know if you can hear the music. Can you hear the music? I'm bopping to it, mate. Sounds good to mine. What's this? Yeah. I'll be going. What do you? Okay. There you go. Let me just give a little flower at the end. You know, just to be polite. Okay, so what's happening? Everything's good there. I shared that. Hold on a second. All papers positive. All Papers positive. All checks positive. All checks returned clear. All checks are returned clear. 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 Just waiting on them now. Just waiting on them. On them now. Boom. Okay. So that's taking care of all of that. All of that. All of that. Okay. So we've shared what's going on in the chat. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a little looky. The Iron Kong is up in the building. Audio is good. Session is live. All right. Peace to all. Okay. Session's live. Okay. So what we doing? Let me just go and check first things first. What am I doing? What's going on? Let's just drop the link in the chat. Is that the link? Boom. Okay. And let me do the sound check. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Let's have a look. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Let's have a look. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So let's get into this shiznix. Let's get into the shiznix. Let's pin that. Okay. Okay. I think everything is good. Everything is in order. Okay. So how we going to begin this shizzle? I think we're going to begin with the big story. You know, sometimes we work into the story, but other times we just go in, mate. We just go in. Okay. So where do I begin? Okay. Let me pull up on where is Exhibit A? Where is Exhibit A? Hello and welcome. It's the Rock Boxing Talk with Raphie 2, or is it 343? And we're talking about a bunch of things, but you know, the headline, the top of the whole damn thing, arguably, hypothetically, is Tyson Fury versus Dillian White. And there have been some developments. We got a bunch of exhibits. You got Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to start with all this shiznix. Okay. All right. So, first things first, hello and welcome to everybody. If you've not been here, how many people here? Okay. If you politely smash that like button, we're going to get into it. If you've not been here before, you're in tune to Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. We do videos, we do live shows. Yeah, highly interactive. Okay, let's get into it. We talk boxing and other stuff. So let me share my screen with you. Share the shizzle. Share my shizzle and fertilize the earth. Damn it. Okay. Let's see how well. Let's see how well you can see that. Not very well. Not very well. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this up for the people then. Okay. What? Oh no. It ain't gonna enlarge. Oh dear. Okay. So I'll just have to read it for you and bring it down. Okay. So in a statement, the WBC confirmed that they've granted a final extension in negotiations between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Purse bids will take place on Friday if there is no agreement. OMG. So, talking about if they don't get it together. If they don't get it together, if they don't agree by midnight tonight, it's Thursday, remember. They're talking about Friday. So they have approximately 2 hours and 13 minutes to come to an agreement. We're talking about Team Fury and Team Whyte. They have approximately 2 hours and 12 minutes to come to an agreement, because after that it's Friday. And we know what happens on Friday. On Friday, oh, it's clearer there. On Friday, if there's no agreement, the thing goes to purse bids. Okay. Raphie's feeling hot. Not really hot, but nice and cozy. Nice and cozy up in this shiznix. We'll make necessary adjustments. Uno momento. Mami, slow your tempo. Okay. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Okay, so let me bring up this article. Huh. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. All right. Let's stop sharing. I just found something. Okay, let's get into this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Okay. So we're getting into this shizzle, getting into this shiznix. Okay, no, you want to see this? You want to see that? You need to see that. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. This is our starting points. There are many points we're going to touch down, many points of contact. Okay, so first point, first area is, where are we? Alexander Usyk. Oh, okay. Well, let's get it right. Let's get it right. Come on, let's get it right. Okay, so you will recall. What was it, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Tyson Fury came out on his Instagram or Twitter, Instagram, and he had a lot of things to say, a lot of disparaging things to say about. Well, he said Joshua was. What did he say? Joshua was this. Joshua was a coward. Alexander Usyk was a P word. You know, OPP. Yeah, you know the P word begins in P, ends in Y, PY. Something like a kitty. Sounds like a kitty. Sounds like a kitty cat. Yeah, it's another word for a cat. Yeah. So Joshua, according to Fury, Joshua was a coward, is a coward. Alexander Usyk is another word for a kitty, a cat. And what did he say about Dillian Whyte? I can't remember. Dillian Whyte just needs to fight. Okay, yeah, something like that. So Alexander Usyk's manager, Krusek, comes out and says they agreed to terms and conditions. Wow. So Krusek, whatever his name is, Aegis Klimas, fired back at Fury for calling Usyk a poo. You know the rest. Poo Sai. Said they agreed terms. OMG. That's something that's now been confirmed by Matchroom boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, who revealed on Thursday that Fury has decided he doesn't want to face IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion. Okay, so that moved me along. That moved the story along a bit faster than I particularly wanted, because we're going to get into that in a moment. Eddie Hearn's words. But Fury has had a change of heart. Fury has a habit of negotiating fights when he has other obligations to meet. Indeed. Let's just drop it in again. Okay, so let's leave that up there. Okay. What's that blocking? I'm blocking too much? No, it ain't too bad. That's all right. Okay, so well, they're negotiating a United Nations treaty. For goodness sakes, just fight, damn it. Well, the irony of the whole damn thing is that it's Fury that's well, that's a matter of opinion, isn't it? Some people will say it's Dillian White holding up proceedings. Some people will say it's Fury holding up proceedings. Some people, there's so many ways. There's so many angles to this shiznix. Where do we begin? Okay. So many angles to this shiznix. But anyway, first things first, let's deal with this thing in some kind of order. Okay, so we can eliminate Usyk at this time because Fury's calling him a poo sai. And what we got here? We got some words from the story is no longer available. Okay. Pause that. Let's go back one and come back one. Ease up, man. Just stay on pause. I just want you on pause. Pause. Damn it. Okay, so we're trying to get through this thing. This is, let's stop that. Stop sharing that. And start sharing this. Okay. Let's hear what Fury has to say.
Morning! Happy Thursday! Today's your day, people. Today's your day. Good. Good man! In the gym with the boys. Hey! Isaac's back. He's back in town. I can't wait to punch Dillian White.
Okay, this is what I was looking for.
In the gym with the boys.
This is the latest one.
I can't wait.
Okay, so now we're getting to the pertinent points. Okay, so let's go. Tyson Fury. Let me give Tyson the whole screen. Let him have the whole screen. No, the whole screen. There we go. Okay, Fury, take it away.
To punch Dillian White's face right in, mate.
Face.
In the gym with the boy. I can't wait to punch Dillian White's face right in, mate. I'm going to give him the best eye that he's ever had in his life, boy. Dillian White, train hard, sucker, because you're getting annihilated, bum.
Okay, so
I can't wait.
So this is the post That's the post that have got people. They've got people saying, feeling that what Eddie Hearn said was right. That Tyson Fury doesn't appear interested in. Actually, that's a whole story in itself. That's a whole story in itself. Okay, so Tyson Fury is indicating that he is no longer pursuing Alexander Usyk. It appears he's now focused on Dillian White. That's the hypothesis. That's the feeling.
In the gym with a ball. I can't wait to punch Dillian White's face right in, mate. I'm going to give him the best eye that he's ever had in his life, boy. Dillian White, train hard, sucker, because you're getting annihilated, bum.
OMG. Okay, so
I can't wait.
It's that post that have got people saying that, okay, looks like the fight might be on between Tyson Fury and Dillian White. Okay, that's good. That's gone. Okay. So looks like we may looks like we may have the fight. Remember that the deadline to get the fight before it goes to Percy's is midnight tonight, UK time. That's what? That's 2 hours and 2 minutes. In a statement, what is this? Stop sharing that. Start sharing this. The WBC grant Fury. Hold on, can you see that? The WBC grant in a statement. Let me read it properly. Damn. Yeah. Yep. In a statement, the WBC confirmed that they've granted a final extension in negotiations between Tyson Fury and Dillian White. Purse bids will take place on Friday if there is no agreement. Damn. And in comes the man like the Iron Kong, our man in the Caribbean. How do you do, Iron Kong?
Yeah, I just talked to my wife just now, telling her, look, I had to rescue you from a man who was about 4 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my wife is short, but I had to tell her, look, I couldn't allow you to have children with a man who was even shorter than you. You understand me? So I'm trying to tell this woman, look, you need to pat me on my back for the good work I did in rescuing you from an untenable situation. I'm a great guy.
Was that a previous boyfriend?
Yeah. When I met her, she had this little tiny man. She's also small, but he's also shorter than her, right? And I just reminded her, look here, man. I had to just extricate you from this awful situation. You need to pat me on the back more often. I'm a great guy, Raphie. She not bothering me though, but that's all right. Everybody appreciate things.
It's hilarious that that is even a topic, because just less than a couple of hours ago, I was just musing. I was musing on a situation that I had with a short lady. She was short but perfectly formed, and I wondered to myself, if we did pursue the course that we were going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would feel guilty if my sons inherited her height. I'd have felt guilty. Here's Raphie walking around regal. Here's Raphie walking around Regal, and let's say they had a couple of sons and they got her height instead of my height. How would I feel? How would I feel? I don't know. I feel like I've done them a disservice. I don't know.
Well, there is equality these days in like the acting circles for little people. So, you know, something could have worked out for them still, you know what I mean? People don't call them the M word no more.
No.
You know, they call them little people now.
Little people.
Thankfully, looks like my sons have gotten my side of the family height.
That's fortunate.
At least the 8-year-old is almost taller than her. Wow. And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Know? That's a good thing. That's a good
thing. I was like, look, man, you need to start giving me my props. Or you know,
for your what do you call it? For your
forward thinking.
Yes. And magnanimity. That's the word I was looking for. The magnanimity.
Exactly.
Yes.
So she not worried about me though. She don't care. You know.
Raphael's eugenics program. OMG. What is this shortness about? Isms. Isms. Yeah, no, I was literally thinking about it 2 hours ago. I was thinking about that tiny lady. But anyway, but she was perfectly formed. She was she was hey.
Did she have them? Did she have them like little sausage fingers, Raphie?
Sausage? No. She was perfectly formed. The damn girl was damn near rocking a 6-pack. She made me think. She was just, yeah, she was perfectly formed. But anyway, I don't want to think about it too much because, you know, it's not good to reminisce sometime. What we got here? Fury will duck Dillian. White. But if the fight happens, then I win. What do you mean you win? Oh, you win as in you're happy. I hope to get to see a double KO. I love short girls. However, my girl is tall. I couldn't have a short, you know, okay, well, let me be honest now. Let Raphie, let's get some total disclosure. I worry about the short girls, and sometimes I worry that they might be a bit too tall.
I don't like tall women because I don't like having a size 12 foot on my shoulders when we're doing something.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable.
I like women shorter than me because when they're tall like me and they look me like straight in my eye, they get a little bit uppity.
Yeah.
To take me. Hey, let me tell you something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just relax. You understand? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Raphie's funny. Sometimes they're too short. Sometimes they're too tall. I don't know. I really don't know. They just gotta be like around in the you know, somewhere around 5'8", 5'9", maybe even 5'10". But Raphie's had some tall girls. Raphie's had some short girls and some tall girls. You know, at the end of the day, you just rock with whoever you want to rock with. You just rock with them. At the end of the day, you just rock with them. What's this here? I'm 5'11", just a hair under 6. If I had a short girl, my son would be 5'6". Can't do him like that. Can't do him like that. What's going on? What's going on?
You see what RDR film said? Hey, real talk, bro. They look you in the eye and all of a sudden they think, you know, all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you know, you go ahead and cook and you know, cook before.
Say, you're my boy. You're my boy now. You're my boy now. I can look you in the eye. You're my boy now. My girl is close to 5'10". Yeah. 5'10". You know, I've had some 6-footers, and I've thought to myself, I've stopped worrying about the boys being too short now, and I start worrying about the girls being too tall. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, hold on, you're 5'10", so that means the girls are gonna be 6 foot. Come on now. What are they gonna do? What are they going to do? Immigrate to America and play basketball? Come on now. Whatever fellas, all women look the same in the dark. Hey, they don't feel the same in the dark, though.
Yeah, when that size 12 hoof touch the side of your face.
Yeah. They don't feel the same, though. You know? They all feel different. And don't get me started on the waterbed episode again. Don't let me talk about the waterbed episode.
Waterbed.
The waterbed. Yeah.
What?
You never heard the waterbed story?
No.
Yeah. There was a girl I was messing about with because you flirt with some girls, but you don't really mean it. So I was flirting with this. She was definitely a mampy. I was flirting with this mampy, but I didn't mean it. And then one day, I found myself at a party. Who walks in? It was the mampy. She walked in a party, and the Raphie didn't have no excuse. The Raphie was all out of excuses. And long story short, I had my first experience on a waterbed with the lady in question. I felt like I was floating on air. She was like an anti-gravity device. I was just floating. Plus the Raphie was drunk. So it was literally, man felt like he was walking in space. Not even walking in space, just floating. Just floating in space. It was very interesting. It was a very interesting encounter, but one which I opted not to repeat. The waterbed though, it was all right. I can't lie. It was a waterbed. The girl was like a waterbed, anti-gravity device. I was just floating. You know when you're a kid and you pretend like you're Superman and you're kind of running and you bend forward with your arms out like you're flying? Well, it was a literal. I literally felt like I was kind of, Superman, flying, anti-gravity, waterbed. I felt like I was surfing as well because sometimes you go, oh, you feel like I thought I was gonna fall off, so you have to just rebalance and get back. OMG. And who did I just see? I just saw Leon Figures. Leon up in the building. I haven't seen Leon for long. Girl had me trapped up. It was funny as well because she didn't want to take I don't know, they're not gonna monetize it. She had this as she was disrobing. She didn't want to take off. I think she had some undergarments. She didn't want to take off the slip. She didn't want to take off the slip. So I'm thinking, what the hell are you?
The slip.
The slip.
Raphie. This happened in 1970, man. Slip.
Yo, the mampy was wearing a slip, brother. I didn't dress her. I didn't tell her to put it on. But she put on the slip. The slip, the slip, the way.
Yeah. So she had a slip on a bloomer.
She got rid of the bloomers. But she wanted to keep on the slip. And I just remember, because a time like that, it's normally delicate. So you normally kind of talk nice and gentle. You say, come on, babe, just take it off. You know what the Raphie said? The Raphie wasn't in the mood. I said, take it off.
Yeah, the blood clad slip. Take it off.
Take it off. And she just slipped off the slip, jumped in the thing, jumped on the mattress. Well, she didn't jump on it, fortunately. She placed herself gently. And Raphie just kind of like, he was like Raphie just rolled on. I just kind of, it was like a rolling motion. I just kind of rolled on. And I thought, oh, this isn't too bad. This is okay. This is okay. This is like, I was grooving, man. Anti-gravity. Then off-white. Oh my gosh. Raphie, the oversized specialist. Yo, bro, I've only had a couple of them. I can't lie. The waterbed experience, it was good. I can't lie. It was good. It was unusual. Never had that waterbed experience again. Because she was big, but she was kind of firm somehow. Like she could be a shot putter or something. That kind of big but firm. And yeah, man, I was just riding the waves. I remember it to this day. That was some time ago. That was some years ago. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to talk a little bit about boxing now. Behind Kong, it looks like the hour's near. Looks like this fight is gonna happen because Tyson Fury, it seems, a lot of fat chicks want love more than those you get. Well, there you go. They appreciate some good loving. What's good? What's goody? Reptile lifestyle up in the building. Shot putter or something. Yeah, shot putter or one of them discus throwers. One of them female discus throwers. She was big, but she was kind of firm. She was big but firm. You know how I got in the fight. How did you get in the fight? Better than bony, sharp women still. Well, yeah, hey, come on, Tone. I admitted on this show. I admitted that I had an experience with a lady who was a recovering anorexic. So, I've been to both extremes. I've been to both ends of the scale. And I gotta be honest, she knew what she was doing. She was a control freak, because them ladies, they're control freaks. They like to control things. But she knew what she was doing. She was a little bit bony M, but I let her take control. She wanted control. I said, all right, go ahead. Took control, and she knew what she was doing in every way. Believe you me. Okay. Iron Kong's on quiet on me. I don't know.
No, but just listen. I mean, I don't like Margot man neither really, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. We live, and we have experiences. Some of the experiences we have, perhaps they're not with the person we might draw a picture with in our mind.
Yeah, man.
But it's still interesting. It's his life.
Listen, it's life you're living on. So you got to experience everything and everybody that you could experience it with. It's what it is. So you got stories to tell. And if you don't experience it, how you gonna know what you don't like and what you like?
Exactly. It's true. Leon Figure says, blimey, recovering anorexic. Well, listen, let me explain that. I was working at a place, but there was two different sites. So sometimes I was at one site, sometimes I was at the next site. And that applied to various other people. So you could work, and because with the shift splits, you could work with somebody and not actually see them for weeks or for weeks. So this was the first time I was seeing this particular lady, and she was slim. She didn't look anorexic, but she did look slim. I had my hunches that she was recovering. I had a hunch that she was a recovering anorexic. And I was right. I turned out to be right. Long story short, we got to know each other very, very well in a very, very short space of time. But the problem was I didn't want people to know that we were kind of dating thing. So we go to a pub after work, and I'd be kind of like walking as if, I'm trying to put out a certain energy that, yeah, we're just colleagues. But then she would go and she'd loop her hand around my arm, and she did everything to make it obvious that, we were more than just work colleagues outside of work. And that was awkward. And she could see that I wasn't reciprocating the same way. I was only acting that way when we were alone, but she wanted the world to know. I didn't want the world to know. And so she took a toothbrush home. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to stop her.
Raphie. Anyway,
yes.
Fury and White. Like, look here.
Yes. Hold on a second, Kong. Let me just finish up with the comments here before we get into the. It's all right. Before we get into the serious talk. Well, so it's now Tyson, the Fairy King. Dude has made a real ass of himself. He's got a lot of excuses. You're killing me over here. You're killing me. Raphie, don't rump. Don't rump. I'm in the, that's true. I can't argue with that. I don't rump. Deante Wilder versus Francis Ngannou would be fireworks. That'd be a hell of a fight. He's going to make White his girlfriend. Reptile lifestyle. Our Tyson Fury man is up in the building, having a break, having a Kit Kat. Fury is getting KO'd. Kraft So who's Kraft? What was your full name? Something Kraft. You've abbreviated it. I remember you from back in the day, I think. Okay. Fury's the dusser. All talk. Haters can dream, says Reptile Lifestyle. I'm glad we've got our Tyson Fury representative up in the building. Let's be polite, gentlemen. Let's be polite. Tyson Fury may beat White convincingly. However, it doesn't change the fact that he's pissed around all of the top heavyweights over the last while. He has. Tony's reviews up in the building. How you doing, Tony? My stance has never changed. White will spark Fury. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I see two ways it going. I see Tyson Fury keeping White on the outside, but White's got nothing to lose. He has absolutely nothing to lose, and he's on a charge, and he's going to be looking for Tyson Fury's chin. And I have to say, sometimes we overlook the fact that that last fight, Tyson Fury and Deante Wilder, while it was very fun to watch, it was kind of scrappy. And if that's the best of Tyson Fury, then we're in for a very intriguing fight. I think Dillian White's going to go after him. I'm going to love seeing it. Let me just finish off these last couple of comments. CRB1. If the zone win purse bids, the fight isn't happening. Fury will not fight on dead zone. We got our American, are you a PBC guy? CRB1. It's okay if you're PBC. It's okay if you're a PBC. LDBC guy, it's okay. Just tell us. Okay, hold on a second. 1 second. Let me just check out who this guy is. Sawab. I don't know. I've never heard Sawab before. Sawab, you want to speak, my friend?
Yes, my brother. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I didn't just first time I just came across your channel. I'm quite what's it called, big boxing fan.
Yes.
Just I've been hearing you sticking on Fury. I was like, yeah, he sounds like he's my type of guy. So let me see what's happening. So I just got on the live about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
So, like, what's the topic? What we talking about?
Well, hang tight, Suab. Hang tight. You're gonna get the gist of the thing. You're gonna get the gist of the thing as we go along. So good to have you up in here. Yeah, just hit that mute button for me. Hit that mute button when you're not speaking. Thank you. Excellent. You're gonna get the gist as we go along. Okay. So Iron Kong, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just normal Tyson Fury nonsense, really. I mean, it's just a guy who like a lot of... It's weird, right? Because every so often you see him come up with some new video on Twitter. I was like, whenever you see a person doing this, just talking way too much, it's some kind of lie they're cooking up.
Yeah.
Some kind of story they're trying to put out there. This guy did like 6 videos?
He's popping them out on the hour.
Like, why this man talking so much? What's up with this guy?
Too much talking.
You know what I mean? And that's how you know when somebody telling a lie, when they're just talking way too much.
Too much talking.
Whatever Tyson Fury said for me is always a lie. I don't believe nothing this guy says. You know, it's weird, right? It's the same man who turned down Anthony Joshua, twice now? Turned him down twice.
2 times. And then he's turned down. How many times he turned down? How many times he turned down Dillian White, though? At least
keep turning him down. But then he got the most to say, call people all kind of P and all kind of this and all kind of that. Right? But then I don't expect Tyson Fury fans to be any better. What his name? Fight Doctor in the chat make a good point. Yeah. Tyson Fury always want to be negotiating a fight when he's already obligated to a fight. He did it with Deante Wilder, right? And it's like he could have gotten out that fight if he had acted sooner, right? But Tyson Fury wanted to string along the wall with this Anthony Joshua thing, knowing he wasn't going to fight the dude. Oh, I'll see you in Saudi next day. Yeah, I'm fighting Deante Wilder for the 3rd time. Like, how can people take this man seriously? This is his first mandatory, and in my opinion, first defense. And this man have the whole bunch of circus antics to go on with. First mandatory Anthony Joshua fight. What? How much mandatories? He fought
You got to fight.
Povetkin, he
Yeah.
fought Pulev, and he fought Usyk. He ain't done none of them.
That's right.
Tyson Fury, his first mandatory, first real defense, and it's a whole circus bag. You understand me? So
real.
it's just really unfortunate where boxing is at the moment. But again, I'm gonna continue to respect Big Femi because this man fight who he was supposed to fight. No drama. Try make the fights them. But yeah, people want to hate on the man and say, "Oh, Tyson Fury is." I said, I could never root for Tyson Fury. No time, Bridget.
Can I chime in?
Of course, yeah, man.
Yes, my respect to the brother. I hear what he's saying, and I 100% agree. What I believe, I think Tyson Fury is scared. You don't see Anthony Joshua posting. You don't see Dillian White posting. You don't see Usyk posting. They do it behind the scene. Know what I mean? They deal it like men, like businessmen. They deal it behind. But now he's the one because he knows the walls are all closes on him, and he's shitting himself. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to fight Usyk. He doesn't want to fight Joshua. He doesn't want to fight Dillian White. He just wants an easy pick. He wants what's that guy's name?
Tom Schwartz.
And
Tom Schwartz rematch.
Yeah, Tom Schwartz. Whatever. He just wants an easy pick in thing in March or May. So he can get ready for another one. It doesn't work like that, bro. If you call yourself a champion, bro, you need to fight your mandatory. I don't know why the step aside thing is pissing me off to another level. I don't know, Eddie Hearn, they should not even be talking about it. AJ got, I think literally he got schooled by Usyk.
Yep.
AJ should have not tried to box with a boxer. AJ, sorry, you're not a boxer. I think Tyson Fury got into his head, calling him a bodybuilder, calling him all sorts of this. It got into his head. Bro, we don't let these kind of people get into your head. Tyson Fury is a mug. He's a big dosser himself. He ain't no fighter. Bro, simple, straight up. You don't listen to Tyson Fury. He just talks. Bro, do your thing. You should have been the bigger man. Go out there, jab his head off. You know what I mean? Bully him. I don't care. Bite his ear off. Bro, punch him in his nuts. Do whatever you gotta do in order for you to win that match. But now I'm gonna show Fury what I can do. I can box. But don't, bro. Where's the Femi?
Yeah.
And we want to see Femi, bro. We don't want to see this corporate AJ.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you just hit the nail on the head. You know, but it's something that you learn in life. It's something that you learn in life. You can't pay mind to other people. You really can't. You can't act to please other people. Don't get me wrong. You have to. You conduct. As a grown man, your obligation is to conduct yourself as a grown man. That does not include trying to please this one, that one, and the other one. You can't please everybody. So, within the constricts of acting in a dignified manner, you please your damn self. You can't sit out there. You can't wake up every morning trying to please other people. What are you going to get? A medal? You ain't going to get no medal.
Tyson Fury is just a talker. He's shitting himself. He knows. He just wants, Tyson. One thing I've seen about Tyson Fury, he loves setting a narrative. He's out there and all these stupid idiots are going to believe him. These casual fans are going to believe him. Yeah, nobody wants to fight him. Everybody... I think Joshua is a coward. Dillian White is a coward. Usyk is a coward. Nobody wants to fight him, but so he can go fight Emmanuel Charles. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we will accept it. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that, bro. Use your own brain, bro. You don't. If you swing that way, bro, go and suck his dick, bro. But when it comes to boxing, talk facts.
Easy, brother. Easy, brother.
Bro, they're bad dick suckers up here, bro. Don't get it twisted. These people out there.
Yeah.
Oh man, you just build his ego for no reason.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens on Friday. What are we hoping to see on Friday, lads?
Well, what we're hoping to see on Friday is that it's gone to purse bids. Hopefully, it goes to purse bids. Let's get some. I don't know. I mean, well, there's only one. Matchroom Eddie Hearn's going to want the fight, doesn't he? He's going to want the fight.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But that's what he said from the beginning. Like, he said that from the beginning. Like, this fight is going to be on the zone. He's like, he already knew they're going to try to play around. And he said, if you look at the earliest interviews, he said purse bid. Because he knows he stands a good chance of winning that purse bid. The zone is trying to lock up all the big fights. So imagine the zone getting Fury, White, getting Usyk, Femi on their schedule. Listen, he trying to lock up all these big fights for the year. And I would be shocked. I'll be shocked and dismayed if Tyson Fury abdicates that belt over the person. I'll be shocked.
Well, I wouldn't put
Eddie
anything
Hearn.
past.
Let me just chime in.
I wouldn't put.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn is the best promoter.
I wouldn't put anything past. I wouldn't put anything past Fury. I wouldn't put it past him giving up the belt, and walking away and saying, "I'm still the ring champion. I'm still lineal. I'm the lineal big dosser." So I wouldn't be shocked to see Tyson Fury give up the belt, but I don't expect him to. I think Eddie Hearn's come out and said that. Well, Eddie Hearn's come out and said that he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Usyk no more. Looks like he's focusing on Dillian White, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to fight Dillian White next. Sawaba.
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
So what was I saying? Eddie Hearn, he's one of the best promoters, of this generation, and I think he's going to do something great for boxing, and which he has done already with Anthony Joshua and other fighters. Because Eddie Hearn has already been played before.
Yeah.
When the Saudi fight was going to happen. Why is he letting Tyson Fury and their gang make him? I think fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. You know what I mean?
Shame on you.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yes.
They did it to him again.
I have a question.
It keeps happening to him.
I have a question to you, Sawab. The thing is, right? Eddie Hearn is in a position where he's almost obligated to have to listen to all these offers because that's his job. He has to listen to the offers. And if the offer comes to, he has to present it to his clients. He can't just shut down an offer outright, because he has a responsibility to his client, right? He'll get the offer, take it to his client.
Doesn't he have a responsibility to Dillian White? Doesn't he have a responsibility to Dillian White? Hold on. AJ took a step aside, let me just check. I don't think we're not looking at this way. If AJ took a step aside, what was going to happen to Dillian White? Who was going to fight the winner next? AJ or Dillian White? Dillian White would get for another 2 years. He won't get a shot again for 2 years.
Right. What I'm saying to you is, if you listen to his little interview, he said the deal would have had to appease Dillian White, but he said he didn't even get that far because they didn't present anything for. He didn't even get that far. So whatever deal they wanted.
If it got to that stage, we're talking perspective. If it got to that stage, who would get the winner of Fury versus Usyk? Joshua or Dillian White? So that means I think it would have been Joshua, and Dillian White would have been shagged again for another 2 years.
Right. Well, that's something that they would have to work out. I don't know what they would have done, because I'm Dillian White. I'm not stepping aside for AJ neither. Really and truly, they have to appease Dillian White, right? So if he had gotten that far, Tyson Fury and them would have had to appease Dillian White somehow with money and a favorable time span to get his shot. Because as Eddie said, Dillian White is not going to step aside for 2 fights. He might again wait on a 1 fight between AJ and the winner. But after that, he would have to get his shot against the winner. So, I mean, if he had gotten that far, they would have to present something. But the truth is, if I'm Anthony Joshua, I don't trust Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury beats Usyk, he steps aside and says, you know what? Give me my whatever money. Go ahead and fight Usyk. If Tyson Fury wins 1 fight, he retires. I don't trust Tyson Fury.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearn should not trust Tyson Fury because he did once already. And what happened to him? He got spat on his face. Nothing happened. All the connection that he had with Saudi Arabia, I think they must have had a little bit of impact on his relationship with the Saudi prince.
I agree with that. I agree with you. But if I'm Femi, I don't trust Tyson Fury at all. I mean, because if Tyson Fury wins, Raphie, you're on mute. You talking?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. I don't think anybody trusts Tyson Fury. Anybody, no right-minded individual.
Tyson Fury doesn't trust himself. He says one thing one day and another thing another day.
Yeah, later the same day.
Yeah, that's what a crackhead is. Tyson Fury is a crackhead. He's a good boxer, but he's a crackhead.
Well, I think he's probably admitted to that. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Did I miss something somewhere? I think I missed something somewhere.
Oh,
I can see something on the screen here, so it means I must have missed it. How did I miss it? It's right there. It's right there. Okay, my bad. Okay. Fifi. I don't know Fifi. Well, Fifi says Dillian White knocked out by a 40-year-old Russian. AJ lost by a late replacement Mexican and outboxed by a cruiserweight. Usyk's a cruiserweight now. Okay. Fury fought Wilder 3 times on his home turf. Scared? Haha, you are delusional. Well, hold on a second. I mean, Fury fought a guy who was widely known to be one of the least skilled heavyweights in recent memory. That's who Fury was fighting, one of the least skilled heavyweight in recent history. The only thing Deontay Wilder had going for him was a heavy hand. Was the right a heavy right? Okay, fair enough. He's got a heavy right. But then you got to look at the delivery system. Terrible delivery system. He's like a bowler. He's like a bowler.
Let me finish this guy. Fifi.
Hold on a second. He's got to run up to get his shot off. He literally has to run at you to get his shot off. He's known to be one of the least skilled heavyweight boxers in recent history. So I don't know how you can say that fighting one of the least skilled heavyweight boxers heavyweight champions in recent history is some kind of major accolade. You could say that if you want to. Me, personally, I don't think so. All of them guys are lining up to, well, anyway, move it along.
Tyson Fury is not the greatest of this era. He has not fought. He has only fought 2 champions.
He's fought two. Sorry to interrupt. He's fought 2 Ring Magazine top 10 guys in the last 6 years.
Exactly.
Anthony Joshua has fought at least 6 top 10 Ring Magazine top 10 fighters in his career. So there's no comparison between level of competition between
the reason why Joshua lost is because he has been fighting the top 10s one after the other. Tyson Fury fought one person and then he goes to fight 3 bums. That's what he's hoping to do again. He beat one person twice. Okay, some say 3 times. I say 3 times. That's it. In the last 5 years, 6 years, he's only fought. I think that's it. One champion 3 times.
Yeah.
Other than that, who else has he fought in the top 10? Please name me one.
He ain't fought nobody. He fought Klitschko 6 years ago, and he fought Deontay Wilder, and he's been fighting Deontay Wilder for the last 3 years.
Until Tyson Fury doesn't fight AJ, Usyk, Dillian White, even I think the latest up and comers, he has to fight a couple more fights in order to be that we can say 100% undisputed. He's the best, number 1 of this era. But we can't at the moment. We can't say it's AJ. We can't say it's Dillian White. We can't say it's Usyk. We can't say none of that. We don't know yet. We're not for sure. The heavyweight they haven't fought each other yet because of politics and other bullshit that goes on in this industry.
Listen, man, Raphie, before we move off the topic or whatever, let me just say, when people say how he fought Wilder through, you know who he could have fought before Deontay Wilder? Anthony Joshua.
Fought Klitschko.
No, he could have fought Anthony Joshua.
Who are we talking about?
Tyson Fury.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, I thought he was talking.
You know who he could have fought before Deontay Wilder? Even the first Deontay Wilder fight, Anthony Joshua. You know what he did? Ducked it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he's willing to give AJ a step aside, but he wouldn't give Wilder a step aside when he was asking for more.
No, he would.
Why?
Because he knows Wilder is food for him. You see? No, he knows, oh, I can beat this dude again. You're not gonna get no step aside from me. Just come get this flogging, another flogging. I can look good and whatever, but you're not gonna tell me. So when people tell me, oh, he lost to a Mexican, you know who he could have fought before the Mexican? Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury could have fought. But Tyson Fury said no. After the first fight, Deante Wilder could have fought Anthony Joshua. Also didn't take the fight. After the second fight, Tyson Fury could have organized something and offered Deante Wilder step aside. Didn't. Led the whole world down. I'm going to fight AJ. You know who he fought? Deante Wilder.
The corruption in this business is ridiculous. So when Anthony Joshua lost to, who's that fat guy? I forgot his name, man. That Mexican. I forgot his name.
Ruiz.
Yeah, that's it. I'm very bad with names. After he beat Ruiz, when Ruiz beat him, from the Ring magazine, he came to, I think, fourth when he got beat. But once he won his belt back, he was meant to go back to number 2. But no, they put Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder on number 1 and number 2, which it doesn't work that way. Then I think wasn't Ring magazine number 1 or number 2. It should have been AJ. That belt technically shouldn't have been on the line in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Raphie gotta go. So, but this the TKO 2022. So you say AJ ducked by making excuses with paychecks, reptile lifestyle. Said how could he have fought AJ with a snake like her? Anyway, Tyson Fury was offered publicly $60 to fight Anthony Joshua at Wembley. Frank Warren is the one who said that's a derisive offer. Tyson Fury deserves 50-50. He didn't get 50-50 with Deontay Wilder in the first fight.
No.
And he made less money with Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
You understand? So not only did he get less money, he got less belts in a less meaningful fight. Didn't even get
Vice versa for Wilder. He could have got 120 million to fight AJ twice and have his big fight with the other cloud that AJ already beat.
Anywho, hey, brothers, y'all be easy. I'm out, man. Peace.
Respect, man.
That was the Iron Kong. Guys on channel. Iron Kong, what is it, 26? 26, I think.
I think you should come on Ring IQ one day. Have you heard of Ring IQ?
I know Ring. I know.
Yeah,
I know
normally on this panel. Julius, that's it. Normally on this panel, you know what I mean? It's hard to find people who think alike nowadays. But it's good to see. Hopefully I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Everyone, like the video and subscribe, share to people. I got to bounce, need to pick the missus up. Nice one, bro.
Hey, appreciate you jumping
nice
on.
Talking to you.
Appreciate you jumping on. That was Sawab. Nice to speak to you, Sawab. Don't be a stranger. Okay. So, excuse me. Okay. So let me try and catch up on what the people are saying. Let me try and catch up. Where do we start? Where do I begin? Keep waving the pump. I think you're talking to Fifi. Fifi. All right. Okay. Name me one boxer who defeated 2 champions who were undefeated for at least 8 years. Name me one boxer who defeated 2 champions who were undefeated at least. What do you mean? What's the 8 years thing? I don't get the 8 years thing. What's going on here? Change the. So what's happening now then? Hold on. Let me check something out. Before I get crucified upside down, this my opinion. I can't see anyone beating Tyson Fury at the moment. No one. Again, my opinion. Beating Tyson Fury, he's got to fight the top guys. He's got to fight the top guys. Not fighting the top guys. He fights the top guys. Only fought 2 Ring Magazine top 10 guys in the last 6 years. And let me go back to Fifi. Okay. Well, undefeated. Why was Deante Wilder undefeated? Deante Wilder was undefeated because he wouldn't fight nobody. He wouldn't fight nobody. His biggest opponent was who? Ortiz. Before Fury was Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, 52-year-old Luis Ortiz. You see how he looked against Charles Martin? Man was buckling, knees was breaking down, joints failing on him. So Deante Wilder was undefeated because he wouldn't fight nobody. That's the reality. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. Multitasking over here. Yeah, let him fight. Let him fight and stop ducking. Fury didn't have that past determined splits when asking for 50. Oh man, that's one of the comments. That's one of the comments of the night. That's one of the comments of the night. Yeah, what happened to that? What happened to that? Past purses, determined splits. These guys were uppity. Let's talk about that because I always said there's no way Wilder deserves 50%. There's no way Fury deserves 50%. And their past income showed that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that yeah, but no, that wasn't a factor. That wasn't a factor. Past purses wasn't a factor when Fury, the WBC, helped Fury leapfrog Dillian White. And that's another thing. They had Fury leapfrog Dillian White. Dillian White needs to be compensated for that. Was Tyson Fury enrolled in the clean boxing program, WBC's clean boxing program, the first time he fought Deante Wilder? Was he? Because we know that Dillian White was either ranked number 1 or number 2 in the WBC when Mauricio Suleiman had Tyson leapfrog Dillian White. Needs to be compensated for that. Was Tyson Fury on the WBC clean boxing program? First time he fought when he leapfrogged Dillian White and fought Tyson Fury, Deante Wilder. Tell me that. Tell me that. Yeah, he damn well should have accepted less. Fury fought Wilder coming back from 2 to 3 years inactivity, fighting him in his backyard. Fighting him in his backyard because he knew he wasn't up to scratch. And that was like, hey, that was a back and forth fight. A lot of people say Fury won that. I thought it was a draw. I thought it was back and forth. It was pretty much a draw. I think Wilder did pretty better than I expected in that fight. So yeah, maybe it's a good thing that Fury fought him instead of one of the champions who was fighting people, fighting all his mandatories, not ducking his mandatories, consistently fighting Ring Magazine top 10 fighters. No, man. Snake. You snake? You think Hearn's a snake? Not, them PBC boys. Come on now. Or Arum, Top Rank. Who's a bigger snake than Arum? Get the hell out of here. Come on now. Talk sense, my friend. Talk sense. Barker White, etc. AJ has a much better resume. He lost to Ruiz. He did lose to Ruiz, and then he beat Ruiz. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Dillian White would actually beat he might do, and he might beat Fury. We don't know unless they fight again. But at least Anthony Joshua did fight White. Yeah? Unlike scaredy cat Deante Wilder. Unlike this guy, this big dusser now, all of a sudden, it's about percentages. It's about percentages. It wasn't about, but yet you were saying you deserve 50%. If you deserve 50% against AJ 3 years ago, then Dillian Whyte deserves 50% against you now. Come on now. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Okay. There's a lot of comments. Excuse me. Fury is an inspiration. It's an inspiration that you came back. But Joshua got a better resume than anybody out there right about now. Hey, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. Mark Doherty up in the building. How are you feared when White and AJ been calling you out for years? Deante Wilder does not. What has he done? What has he done to deserve another title shot? He's got to beat somebody. He ain't want to fight in damn near 2 years. He's got to beat somebody. Keeps on getting knocked out. He's got to beat somebody. The disrespect, he spent his whole career ducking the top competition. Let's be honest now. And history will recall that. There's no mince in it. There's no putting no seasoning on it. There's no skirt in it. There's no shirt in it. Hey, you know, it is what it is. History will show that Deante Wilder spent his whole damn career skirting the best opposition, running away from the best opposition, much like your boy there, much like your boy, the big duster Tyson Fury. Let's be honest. Let's just say it like it is. Let's just say it like it is. Okay, let's have a look. Well, I mean, AJ, you say AJ's got a glass jaw, but he's been fighting the top opposition, unlike Tyson Fury or Deante Wilder. I mean, personally, I think that Joshua could easily knock out Tyson Fury and he could easily knock out Wilder. But those guys didn't want to get in the ring with him. They didn't want it. 100%. I got to go. You Fury fanboys need help. Snap spoke. OMG. Let's not talk about the clean boxing program around Dillian. Why not? They banned him for 2 years for taking an over-the-counter supplement. If that ain't corruption, I don't know what is. 2 years for taking an over-the-counter supplement. Jack 3D. It was over-the-counter. Anybody who trains heard of that. Jack 3D. It was a popular, what do you call it? Pre-workout. Popular pre-workout. I personally I don't use pre-workouts, but that's just me. I'm just naturally aspirated. I think Ruiz, Hergovic, Joyce beat Wilder too. Yeah, I think I think there's a possibility of that. That's why they kept him safe. They kept him safe. Yeah, man. Same fighter, different era, different periods of time. And styles make fights. Name me a heavyweight champion who has held all 4 belts and never faced a legitimate mandatory. I see someone who has earned a shot at the champion. Yes. Okay. So what we're looking at here. How many attempts at unification has Fury made? Well, he had a chance at unification with Joshua. Said, hey, good news. Hey, Prince Khalid, I've received your message. Hey, everything's looking great. Rubs hands together. Yeah, speak to you in the morning. The next morning, well, it's with great sadness and displeasure that I have to say that I will be fighting Deante Wilder next, but I'll get him out of the way, and then I'll fight all the other big dusters. Yeah, Tyson Fury is full of you know what. I'm sorry. It's very obvious. It's very simple and plain. It's obvious to see. Jarrell Miller coming back to boxing. Oh my gosh, yeah. Probably got a chemist dispensary tucked up his ample ass. Pardon my saying so. Okay. Ha! You can say that again. You can say that again. It seems the WBC is very prone to being held hostage by talkers who duck the fights they should be fighting. Are they being held hostage, or are they willing? Are they getting their palms greased? Sorry, we gotta say it like we say it. Are the WBC getting their palms greased? I don't think they're being held hostage. They appear to be co-conspirators. If this thing ever went to court, they would have to fall into the category of willing conspirators. They are conspirators. The WBC are conspirators to ducks. Can I get a duck emoji up in here? Can I get a duck emoji up in here? Yeah, I should put that in the damn title or whatever, the thumbnail or whatever is whatever. Whatever's whatever. Who's this? Who's this? Who's that? Who is that? Let me just clean that up just a little bit right there. Oh, there you are. Let's take care of that. Boom. Okay, is that taken care of? OMG. OMG. What's going on here? Yeah, thanks, WBC. Some funny comments by Fifi there. Very funny comments. Uncle Phil. Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller would be fireworks. Didn't Tyson Fury want to fight? Didn't Tyson Fury want to fight his Dillian White? Didn't Tyson Fury? Oh, no, not Dillian White. Jarrell Big Belly Miller. Jarrell Big Belly Miller. Charles Martin will always be. What's up? G, the PT up in the building. Let's have a look. Can we get a duck up in here? OMG. Nobody wants to see Big Titty Miller. Oh. Name me what? Name me one undefeated boxer in this era. Didn't you see the first fight he had with John McDermott? Didn't you see John McDermott versus Tyson Fury 1? Come on now. Please. You know how that went down. Tyson Fury. A lot of people feel that Tyson Fury lost that first fight. So come on now. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. There we go. Get a duck up in here. You got a duck up in here. AKA Tyson Fury, Deante, Wilder. Yes. Fury v. White will be announced soon. What's the next thing to say to discredit Fury? Discredit Fury? Come on, he discredits himself. He discredits himself every time he opens his trap. What do you mean? Yeah, we're keeping it real. Tyson Fury is a big dosser. He's a big lying dosser. Jarrell Miller's biggest fight is before getting in the ring, passing a drug test, straight up and down. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You want to talk about snakes in the grass? How about saying your trainer spiked your drink? You don't get no more snaky than that. Yeah, if he fights all his contemporaries and remains undefeated, then that theory will hold weight. But that's not what's happened. He hasn't done that. Your favorite fight boxer has been defeated. Everybody's favorite boxer has been defeated. Unless you're saying your favorite boxer is Tyson Fury. And his time will come. Just be patient. Yeah, just keep on taking just keep on eating the swine's, what is it, the wild boar, the swine's intestines, the swine's gonads. Just keep on eating wild boar testicles. You'll be good. Yeah? How does it feel that your favorite fighter got busted for steroids? How does it feel, Fifi? How does it feel, Fifi, that your favorite fighter got busted for steroids? OMG. OMG. All right. Let me have a look what's going on over here. What's going on over here? Okay. All right. I see that. I see that. Okay, I see that too. All right. Let me just do something like this. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Okay. So let's have a look at this here. Matter of fact, let's go backstage for a second. Let me check a couple. I'm gonna check a couple things. Let me check a couple things. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. It's a good thing I damn well checked this. Let's get in the damn. Let's go back a little bit. Yo, just doing something backstage that I forgot to do. Raphie forgot to do, but my instinct said, yo, go and check that. Go and check that. What is this here? Tyson Fury, Anthony Josh. Hold on. Where's Dillian White? Yeah, just get them in all. Let's make sure we got those. What else is there? What else did I do? No, I think everything is all right. Everything is cool and copacetic. Did I hear something in the background there? Did I hear something in the background there? All right. Okay. Okay. We're in good shape. Boom. 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 Okay. Okay. Everything is. Huh. Really? Okay. Ridiculous. This video is running limited to no ads due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. Why not? Slumberland, the mattress makers, they'll be cool with it. What are you doing? What are you talking about? It remains fully playable and is eligible to earn subscription revenue from YouTube Premium. Yo, feel like it's a good thing I don't do this. It's a good thing that I don't do this shizzle. Well, there ain't no money in this shizzle. Well, not really. Maybe if you get a few thousand people watching, but other than that, this is just some joke business, and they're telling me they're not they're limited monetization. Yo, well, the money ain't really shizzle from YouTube. Like unless you get pulling in a couple thousand people to your lives, 2,000 or 3,000, maybe 4, maybe 5. Yeah, so you can shove that where the sun don't shine. Yeah, okay. So, so long as the quality is tippity top, then I'm okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay, let's have a look at what people are saying. I was wondering, where is EJ Boxing Live? EJ Boxing Live. We're joined by EJ Boxing Live. EJ Boxing Live up in the building.
What's going on? What's going on, Raphie? You having the same problems with StreamYard as well? They're getting on funny. They're getting on funny. I don't know. You were just saying something about.
No, I was talking about the monetization. They're talking about monetization. Oh, we're not going to monetize this one because we're only partially monetizing it because what does he say? Something about it might not be suitable for all advertisers. Well, I'm not trying to appeal to all advertisers, for damn it. I mean, there's certain advertisers who want to come on and some who won't. So you just market it to the right advertisers. They're acting like, I don't know, man. They're acting like some damn idiot fools. You know what I'm saying? YouTube acting like some idiot fools. But it's okay. You know, they can't hold Raphie for hostage. You know what I'm saying? Raphie's gonna talk about what Raphie wants to talk about anytime Raphie wants to talk about it.
100%. Because on my StreamYard, I thought you had like 20 hours time, and then they say to me, I got to delete some videos. They don't do it no more. And I said, I ain't deleting nothing. I said, what?
Don't delete
I want it. Yeah, it's like they're trying to force you to pay. No, I ain't deleting. They're trying to force you to pay for the thing. And I'm like, yo, I see you use another one. And I was like, yo, anything they could do to try to get some coins from you. I ain't paying nothing, but you know, hey, let's talk about. Hold
on a second, though. There's a misunderstanding there because the way they word it, you feel as if you have to delete something to continue using it. No, you don't. Yeah. You can continue using it without deleting it. It's a trick. It's a trick. You can still use it because they made me delete. I fell for the trick and deleted a video before I went. You say you need to delete some videos before you go live, so I deleted one. Yeah. Then it wouldn't let me go live. I deleted another. It's just the hours thing. You just got to wait until your hours come back. You know, wait through the month, because once you use up your hours, then you got to wait until a certain part of the month. I don't know, with your billing period, and then you got your hours back. It's like a video game where you play it and then you lose your energy bar, and then you have to wait till it comes back before you can play it.
Okay.
You don't have to delete anything. I fell for that trick.
Because I saw that and I was like, what is that? I didn't know. All right, fair enough. Nice one, reference for that. So let's talk about the topic. Gareth A. Davis has been found out as a charlatan. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn put him on blast today. And you know, them guys there, you know, he's because that's what I look at Gareth A. Davis. And I remember he used to have his hair used to be bright brown, or what's it, what do they call it? Brunette, or whatever the color is, brown or whatever, right? And I see his hair's all grey. See, affiliate yourself with the other charlatan Tyson Fury has cost him to lose all the color of his hair. He looked like the Undertaker's son. You know what I mean? I saw him there in an interview with the dark glasses. The man looked like he's a dead man walking, because you know, you're lying. You all you're doing is repeating something that you know damn well know is not happening. Just to cause, just to stir up the pot. And you know that's not it. AJ has constantly said he's not getting money, but if they give an offer, he would consider it. That's what Eddie said, right? Consider it. So as far as I know, they're taking too long, and they see Eddie Hearn's got. So this is the thing, right? They're Bob Arum and Frank Warren. They outsmarted Eddie in terms of making Anthony Joshua pursue Tyson Fury, but they knew the litigation and that Wilder thing. Okay, fine. Eddie took that one on the chin. But this time, no matter where they go, they got to fight Eddie's fighter. If you take that long, then you have to fight Dillian White, mandatory. If you don't, if you don't, you've got the fight with Usyk. I think Usyk, So Anthony Joshua. Not Usyk, AJ, hopefully AJ or Usyk. So if AJ beats Usyk, AJ's back in there. So Eddie Hearn's got him boxed in. It doesn't matter where you go, Tyson's got to fight. All Tyson wants to do is fight these bummy fighters, right? And parade himself like he's the linear champion, he's the best since Muhammad Ali. No, sir. You have no business calling that man's name. Yes, you've done very well. Yes, I would say you're number one heavyweight right now. There's still some work to be done. But at the same time, you're there calling people drug cheat when we know you took drugs. You got your man out here lying, saying AJ took money, trying to make people come down on AJ, and I did. You know, I fell for it. I give AJ, but I said, I couldn't take it. I said I can't believe AJ was going to do it, and rightly so. A lot of people said I don't see why he would do it. You know, that why would we trust Gareth AJ this? And they question him as a person, and he's compromised, man. He's compromised.
He's compromised. Gareth A. Davis, he's now, you can't take Gareth A. Davis seriously now. How can anybody take Gareth A. Davis seriously?
Literally, you can't. You can't.
And
I mean,
furthermore, Eddie Hearn came out and said that what's his name? Fury ain't interested in Usyk no more. Usyk's people came out and said that they talked with him and they agreed everything. They agreed everything in principle. But now Fury ain't interested in Usyk no more. He looks like he's pursuing. It looks like he's gonna go ahead with the Dillian White thing. He's come out with a tweet or an Instagram story message saying, "Yeah, you big dusser bomb, you bomb dusser. I can't wait to knock out Dillian White." So it looks like he's free focused on Dillian White now. So it turns out that Tyson Fury, according to Eddie Hearn, wanted a interim fight before he fought Usyk. So he wanted a warm-up fight before he fought Usyk. What the hell? How the hell does that make any sense? What is that all about? What is that all about? Because if that is the case, why then would you not fight Dillian White? You're confident you're going to beat him. Okay. So you beat Dillian White in March, and then you fight the winner of Joshua Usyk later on in the year. So what the hell are you talking about? Do you need a warm-up fight for Usyk? Isn't Dillian White your warm-up fight for Usyk? Dillian White, your warm-up fight. What the hell are you talking about? Talk to me, EJ. Talk to me. Make sense.
I'll tell you what. Have you ever seen Boys to Men? Right, one of Boys to Men's favorite songs is "Although We've Come to the End of the Road." That's what it is. That's what it is. He knows that he knows that the fights he took with Wilder, especially the last one, was so brutal. You know what I mean? Wilder hit him on his head and he shattered his knees. Yeah, he knows that he needs an easy fight to boost his confidence, because going straight into another top tier fight, he ain't not about it. Because even when he fought Vladimir, he never had a top tier fight. He was fighting bums before he went Wilder, and then the Wilder fight, he got marked up, and then he came in. Okay, he got a new trainer, fine, but he's not confident about this, man. Psychologically, he's not confident, and Dillian is on it, because Dillian used to go down and spar, right?
Yeah,
Dillian used to spar him. Dillian used to spar, and I remember Mr. Bashir was telling me that when Dillian used to come down, he used to give Vladimir some good work. Right, yes. AJ was there in that camp. It was a Klitschko camp, and they used to come down there, and that's where AJ and Dillian got into beef because about the backwards and forwards, right? So Dillian, he knows Dillian is a hard fight, man. It's a legit hard fight. Dillian is not easily succumb, and that's why he wants it easy to make a little payday to get a little nest egg. He knows he ain't got the thing to go back into a back-to-back, but yet you're trying to say you're on the same level as Muhammad Ali and all the greats and all them things. So we'll go prove it then. Give Dillian his shot he's been waiting for, and let's get it on. Because let me tell you something this year. If you're gonna end up either like Billy Joe Saunders, one of them guys who talks a lot of game, but when it came down to it, your legacy is gonna be in question. You know what I mean? Beating Wilder and beating Vladimir is fine. All well and done, but it's what have you done for us lately? And he knows that this is coming to the end of the road. You're in a situation and you have to fight. You have to fight top level, because you know why? You're the number one now. You're no longer the underdog. You're the hunted. You're not the hunter. And that's what it comes down to. And Dillian White deserves a shot. If you vacate the belt, you're going to get rinsed. It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to get rinsed. So fighting some bums and trying to tell us that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take the fight. Next, I got injured on my shoulder, and then trying to put the fight back for Dillian. It doesn't matter. You're gonna have to fight top tier competition. In the meanwhile, AJ is going back to smack Usyk up. And and my man in the chat, AJ is gonna beat Usyk. You know why I know AJ is gonna beat Usyk in the rematch? Because AJ is one of them guys there. He improves and gets better. The moment he's got the data and the information, what he needs to do, he'll go out there, study it, and he knows he's been 12 rounds with the man. Same when he went with Ruiz. He went into the fight with Ruiz, he barely got hit. And everyone's like, oh, it was just Ruiz and he was fat. That's not AJ's problem. That's not AJ beat the man was in front of him. Usyk was that day, that was a great day for Ruiz. That was the best Ruiz you ever saw in his career. Right? He came for fight. And that's why AJ had the wrong mistake, strategy-wise, right? He lost the fight. AJ still wanted to fight. He never got knocked down. He was on his feet, right? Came back, beat him. Now we go into a rematch. AJ's good at rematches, by the way. Goes into this fight against Usyk. That was Usyk at his best. How can he get any better? AJ has so much more for improvement. There's so many things he could do. He could tie him up, hit him in the clinches. right? AJ can work the body more. You know what I mean? When AJ hits him, it hurts. AJ can blatantly put the pressure on him. No longer just dance with him. Now let's cut off the ring on him and force him to fight you toe to toe, and let's see how that goes.
It's a hurt game. It's the hurt game.
Yeah. Let's see how you go when I force you toe to toe. Let's see what's going on there.
It's the hurt game.
If you're a boxer, I always been told by Earl Austin, one of my coaches, one of my mentors. If someone's a good boxer, you become a fighter. If they're a boxer, I become a fighter. Dig down, put your high guard up, and go to fight him. They don't box him, fight him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what. End of the day, AJ, there's so much room for AJ to improve. People say AJ's chin. AJ's gonna show everyone when he goes into that fight, he's gonna turn Usyk over, and they're gonna say, "Oh, it was only a cruiserweight." That's what they're gonna do. You know, you can't. Yeah, he's only a cruiserweight, and this, that, the other. You know what I mean? I can't believe people are trying to tell AJ, who's a boxer, who has a fighting mentality, that you should vacate your belt. Oh, because it's money, and do the right thing for Usyk and thing. But you're hearing man don't even want Usyk. The man doesn't even want to fight Usyk, man. Fury is in a whole pain. He's in a lot of pain today. And I heard the purse bids are going to be later on tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if I haven't heard they've been pushed back. As far as I know, the purse
it's been pushed back it's been if they don't come to a decision by midnight tonight, which is 48 minutes time.
Yeah.
48, I think I got that wrong. 45, 46, 47. Yeah, it's 48 minutes time. Yeah, they got 48 minutes to agree on the purses. Otherwise, it goes to bids in 48 minutes time.
The zone's winning that. Because Frank Warren and then they're gonna put their money in their pocket for that. They Eddie Hearn realizes the way they done him dirty that time. He don't care what he's got to do to get that fight on the zone. That fight is going on the zone with Dillian White. Big career high purse day, because purse bids they're gonna pay out their pocket to bring him on, and the thing is he's gonna get knocked out. Eddie Hearn said today, he said, you know what, Dillian's gonna knock him out, and you know what, I didn't believe in it now, because where mentally Tyson Fury is, and the way he is fighting back to back, and the damage he took from Wilder, I believe Dillian will do him. People say he got knocked out by Usyk, but Dillian came. Look what Dillian did to him. He's got a very good team behind him. He's hungry. He wants the championship, and he's motivated. I remember again, when you're the champion, right? It's hard to be motivated because you're coming out of silk sheets. Someone like Dillian's hungry, man. He's a hungry guy, starving guy. So these sort of things, where it's going, and just hearing that he doesn't want to fight Usyk. To me, it shows that Tyson Fury is on the run, and he's doing his little thing and trying to sneak and snake and get out of these things. So I'm looking forward to the next 24 hours and seeing what's going to be said. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a complete reverse. Frank Warren's quiet. Bob Aaron's quiet. They know the gig's up. Like Lisa Ball said in the chat, the gig is up, man. And then I mean, and finally we're gonna get the people, the right people at the top. You know what I mean? And this is what boxing needs. This is what the heavyweight champion needs. This is what we need as fans of the sport. Been waiting for a unification, a heavyweight unification for the longest, and we're gonna get what we deserve, and we're gonna get satisfaction. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. I don't like the way AJ's been portrayed for the last week. And Gary Davis was the one. He's the one.
Gary Davis is the biggest snake of them all.
Yeah.
Or snail.
Yes.
Sorry, snake. He ain't even a snake. He's just a snail. Call him a snake is almost too much respect. Just call him a snail. Pour a little bit of salt over him and watch him dissolve.
Hey, listen, it's a good day. I jump on Raphie's live, to shout out to Raphie. Make sure you guys sub if you're not subscribed, if you're not already, and make sure you press the thumbs up. But at the end of the day, these sort of things, especially boxing. I was looking at one of the last great heavyweight champions, Lennox Lewis, right? And I was looking the way he conducted himself, right?
Well, let me interrupt you for a second, though.
Yeah.
Fifi, you're very peculiar. I don't know. It's a woman's name. Are you a man or a woman? I don't know. Because Fifi's a woman's name. I mean, I knew a girl called Fifi. She was a very nice girl. No disrespect. I don't know. Are you a man or a woman, Fifi? Just tell me that first things first. Secondly, you're saying that does it hurt that your favorite fighter has been defeated? Listen, everybody's favorite fighter, every boxing fan's favorite fighter has been defeated. That's what I'm saying.
Malcolm. Yes, and you know why they've been defeated? Because they try to fight the best competition.
Because they fight the best. Yeah, but if you're not fighting the best, you're going to be undefeated.
Yes, that's why. That's why people rate the amateurs, because in the day you have to fight. But in the professional game, when you're a champion, the person works themselves up for a mandatory and they get a chance to fight for the championship. And that's what Dillian White has done. This Tyson Fury did that to fight Vladimir. I mean, he beat Derek Chisora. That's how he got his shot. Anthony Joshua beat, Anthony Joshua beat Charles Martin, and he was working himself up. Got the Vladimir fight, and it was perfect timing for Anthony Joshua. Everything's been perfectly timed for him. People say, but he has to win the fights. I mean, when they give you to make the fight, you still have to turn up to camp for 6 weeks, and you still have to dedicate yourself with a game plan to go ahead and win the fight. Anthony Joshua, in that respect, he's been perfect. Now, they're talking about he needs to find a new trainer, a new system, and he's been going here and going there. I feel Anthony Joshua will make the right decision. I think he's very analytical in terms of who he's going to be with. There's certain people I thought he could go with in terms of personality and confidence, but in the day, Anthony Joshua he's been winning more times than he's been losing. I mean, he barely loses anything, innit? Look how long he's been winning for. If you're an Anthony Joshua fan, you've been used to on the A side for the longest. And you know what? It's a great thing being on the A side when you're Anthony Joshua fan. You have great stadiums. You have great ring walks. And just the whole spectacular. If you've never been to the big fight atmosphere, Anthony Joshua brought that to the UK. He brought that big fight feeling to the UK in terms of celebrities and stuff like that, which has always been happening in America, and it was happening in Europe with the Klitschko's, all the celebrities out there. So, end of the day, Tyson Fury has got a big feat to follow. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like they try to diminish his shine. And everything that Eddie Hearn built, what's it? EJ, you can give what's it?
It says, can you give a breakdown to AJ's testosterone exemption? What I want to come in there. Where is it? Where is it? Who says who? Says who? Where? Where's the paperwork? Show me the paperwork. Show me the paperwork. Show me where the bodies are buried. Where is the paperwork for this therapy? First of all, it's not testosterone exemption, therapeutic use exemption. Show me the paperwork. Where is it? Who said it? Where is it?
What, hold on. Why are you bringing up the drug charges when Fury's the number one drug? Fury's the number one drug cheat out here. You know what I mean? He's the number one drug cheat out here trying to cover up. Like, we not gonna say to you, bro. Like, Dillian served his time.
Over the counter supplement.
He served his time, and the B sample they discovered they made a mistake. When's AJ drugs thing ever been in question? He's been Olympic gold medalist. He's always been tested. Like when is AJ even in question? Gareth, all these people, we don't need you in the sport. When you get your ass kicked, you go find someone else to do. Billy Joe Saunders is gone. Thank God. I had enough of him. I enjoyed that beating. I need to go watch that fight again. Actually, as we speak, when Fury gets it
as well,
it's a good beating. That's a good beating. Good beating. When Fury gets his beating,
go out on your back. Go out on your back, brother.
Yeah, when Fury gets his beating or he doesn't get his beating, people need to straighten up, because that's what a beating does to you. It straightens you up, stop you playing game, be respectful, and fight. If you're not about it, when you make big claims, you're Muhammad Ali, you're the greatest ever, I could face this guy. I know you're 6'9", you're the tallest heavyweight champion to ever be. That's no question about it. You beat some great fighters, but my friend,
does that give an advantage, height and length?
Because you can certainly, when you're height and length and weight,
in the heavyweights,
100%, you can take certain punches. Like Jack Dempsey versus Tyson Fury, you'd probably favor Tyson Fury, but Jack Dempsey would come to fight him. But what I'm saying is this: if you made claims to be all the linear champions, Jackson, John L. Sullivan, and the rest of them, they done great feats. They still like 45 rounds and whatever. You have to do something spectacular, and then you have started very well. But now the game is up. You have some serious live bodies: Usyk, AJ, White. These are the live dogs. All three of them hungry. And if you beat all three, then you're the best of your era, and you can clear your patches are right, and you can talk all your jish all you want. But do you want it, my friend? Do you want it? Do you want that? Because I know Dillian wants it. You know what I mean? I know AJ wants it back because he can take the rematch clause. Usyk definitely wants it. So let's get it on. Stop the talking. Stop coming out there and abusing, using your power to abuse these people's social media. I mean, I understand it. I didn't like it to you, bro. The way he talks, and it's relevant. I mean, Ali used to do the same thing. He used to upset people. So I've something similar that people dislike Tyson Fury talking, but Ali wasn't no drug cheat. He wasn't no drug cheat. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff you're doing, he ain't doing. Ali would never duck a mandatory. crazy? When anyone had any claim to the heavyweight champion, you better wake up. You better wake up and say you're dreaming. Ali would go after them, man. George Foreman, yeah, Ron Lyles, yeah, Ernie Shavers, even Larry Holmes at the age, he had no business getting in the ring with Larry Holmes. He still went and fought Larry Holmes. So where's your defining moment, right? You can't live off that Klitschko because AJ went in there and done him. Yeah, you went the distance in a close fight and AJ blasted him out, or he had a layoff. You wouldn't give AJ no credit anyway. Fine. So now AJ's in your contemporary in your weight class, right? What's going on there? Dillian is number one of your contemporaries. These are UK fights, big fights. So we need to see what's going on. Usyk, the negotiations from Eddie Hearn, we heard it broke down. Now we're waiting to hear from Frank Warren to hear if that's not true, whatever. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Are you fighting Dillian White? That's what we want to know. Are you gonna duck? Are you gonna duck Dillian? Are you gonna duck the body snatcher? What's going on there? That's what we want to see.
How come? When Fury was talking about Joshua, he was talking about 50% 3 years ago, but now he's saying that Dillian White, who he leapfrogged, who the WBC leapfrogged, helped Fury leapfrog over Dillian White when Dillian White was ranked 1 or 2. And how come he's talking about percentages now? How come it's not 50-50 now when he wanted 50-50 against Joshua 3 years ago when he was coming off the couch? How'd that work? You know what I mean?
Well, you obviously know he won't get payday to go do what he want to do. That's why he wants to fight a bum. He wants to come off the couch. Oh shit, I want to fight another bum and say I walk around town and say I'm the biggest guy out there. But you know, your time's coming to the end, like every guy comes to the end, and how you're gonna deal with it. And it's worse, for an undefeated fighter to lose in the way AJ's dealt with it. So was Dillian. They dealt with some serious defeats, but you know what they did? They came back. Yeah. You said you came back, for mental depression and things there. But bruv, you was there steroiding and cheating. And I saw you take a line of coke and drinking. You know what I mean? And you come back from all them things there. So now your biggest comeback is this. You need to face these guys now, man. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. He's got the style and the height in it to beat them, but we need to see it. We need to see them fights there. He's gonna be the favorite probably in all them fights there. But this is the thing. Fury doesn't like being the favorites, man. He don't like it. He don't like it. I don't know if everyone's talking about the Sugar Hill and he made him come forward. That was this one fight. That's only one fighter. Can Sugar Hill do it again? I'm not too sure. You know why? When he was with Adonis Stevenson, he nearly got Adonis Stevenson killed. Let's be real. Adonis Stevenson got brain damage when he fought with that other guy the other day. He let the guy go out for the last round, and Adonis Stevenson found himself in the hospital. So Sugar Hill is the type of guy who will let you fight until you're deaf. And if so, you keep coming forward, Fury, against Dillian White when he rolls and comes with that left hook. Keep coming forward on Usyk. Keep coming forward on AJ. AJ one of the best inside fighters I've ever seen. Obviously, I think Ruiz is slightly better, but AJ's there, because that uppercut he got Klitschko was pretty good. So Fury's in a real fight against guys with more boxing knowledge than Wilder. Wilder is his name. He's wild by name, wild by nature. These guys are seasoned. He's got Lennox Lewis's former trainer, and there's my school friend Xavier Miller. They're very technical, and they will break it down. You got a big body. They will work it down. How to see you're going into that fight now. How are you going to go in? Are you going to proceed in that fight? Are you going to fight in the back foot? Or are you gonna go forward? Whatever you choose to do, these guys are gonna find you because you're not hard to find. Fury, you're big 6'9". How much pound are you gonna come in that fight overweight? So we can't wait to see how this is gonna play out. But the purse bids, if this all starts, folks, we're gonna get a notice in 48 hours. We're gonna see, is this thing gonna be pushed back? Are they gonna win the purse bid? Eddie doesn't really do purse bid.
35 minutes. 35 minutes to go to the hour of midnight, and then it's Friday. Yes. You know what happens when it gets to Friday? If things have not been agreed, it goes to burst bids.
Yes. Oh, they're on the clock. Fury's on the clock right now.
He's on the clock now. He's on the clock now. And let's not forget one of the number one side effects of quitting steroids is depression.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Explain that one. I didn't know that.
Well, taking, let's just call it the juice. Taking the juice increases the rate at which the body can metabolize protein. So you increase your protein intake, you increase your training. The body assimilates the protein to repair and grow. And so it gives you a sense, it can give you a sense of extreme well-being. It can also make you feel terrible. But anyway, but when you come off it, you lose the gains. So if you was running faster, you lose that. If you was pushing heavy, you lose that. You might not lose all of it, but you'll most likely lose most of it. And so that leads to a decrease in performance levels, leads to depression.
Oh dear.
And that's what Tyson Fury apparently was suffering from, depression.
Well, hey, listen, Tyson Fury, you know, I met him. He's a jovial man, but you know, there's no time for. I got no time for people taking these sort of things. In fact, when I talked to him, I was talking about Lucas Brown taking stories being boss, because Lucas Brown was the WBA champion at the time, and he got stripped of the belt. And I was having a discussion with him and Peter when they were together about that. Me and Baylor at TV, and we was talking about the drugs thing. And he was saying, yeah, they're cheating. They all taking it. And they were sitting right in front of me. See, Fury, when I was talking, Fury's eyes were looking left and right. His hands are sweaty and stuff like that. You know, this is when he was the champion. This is like shortly after, about 3 months after he beat Vladimir, because at that time they were going to support Nick Blacko for Eubank, and you know what happened in that fight. That was the weigh-in. Actually, it was the weigh-in going into that fight. But yeah, he was okay guy. But you know, when it comes to this sort of thing, it's a serious matter. I don't know if you saw the Audley Harrison interview. Did you see that?
I didn't watch it. I heard it's ridiculous.
Really? It was very insightful. You know, yeah. Because
1 hour 30 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was worth every minute of it. In my opinion, yeah, 100%. I recommend anyone to watch that. He's talking on being a person of color, dealing with the system of Frank Warren and at the time Kelly Maloney or what's his name again, Frank Maloney, dealing how they blocked him from being successful as a black promoter, and he worked for he was a promoter and a fighter for the BBC because he was the first, and also he was the one who started the funding for what you have, Team GB. Without him, Amir Khan doesn't get meddling. He was talking about the process and all the things that he had to deal with. He was a pioneer and talking about how he was this and the other. And he was talking about how Carl Froch, he couldn't believe Carl Froch was saying that, because you see in Team GB, they have the sports psychology. Because of Audley, that's why they introduced that, because Audley used to have this book on psychology, and because a lot of fighters lack confidence. This happens to a lot of amateurs. They lack confidence, and he gave the book to Carl Froch, and that's how Carl Froch psychology got his mental power. So Audley was thinking, I can't believe he's saying that about me. When
Carl Froch got mental power from what? Sorry,
Carl Froch. He said Carl Froch was a weak. He said Carl Froch was a weak and whingy bear. He had no confidence about himself.
Wow.
Right? He used to and what it is, when you read the book here, it gives you the psychology of how to strengthen your mind, of how to be strong or appear strong. And Audley gave that to Eddie Hearn. When Eddie Hearn first started, he wasn't too confident. Remember, Eddie Hearn was his first client.
Whose book?
The psychology. I don't know, the book of psychology. How to strengthen your mind.
Whose book is that? Did he write that book? Or
No. It was just a book. He was just explaining it on the interview. You have to see the interview in it.
So he gave this book out to various people.
Because they wasn't confident. They're not naturally confident, and this is where Audley got his confidence. This is what I'm saying. The interview is very good, right? And he was explaining it, and I was listening. You know, because I'm an amateur trainer, a coach as well. You know what the power of the mind. Of how that can make you overcome. You got some guys physically strong, they look good with things, but the mind. And he was saying that, you know, these are the things, and he reckons he could help Anthony Joshua go through certain things psychological. I was listening to him because he wouldn't mind being his trainer, but I was listening to him because Audley's been deemed as a fraud and all these names, and they call him on his name, but no, not really, because that's, if you really think about it, that's what they do to you. The system does to you when you're trying to buck against the system. Frank Warren, what they did when he was fighting. On his first debut, he wanted to fight a decent heavyweight. And what Frank Warren did, he then signed all the heavyweights around him to make sure Audley couldn't get the fight. Then also that he wanted to sign Audley before Audley went to Olympics. Says, "You look how old you are. What you're not gonna go win the Olympics. You're dreaming. You're not gonna win the Olympics." That's what he told him. He was gonna give him 50,000 signing bonus to sign with him and stuff like that, right? But then Audley goes, "If I was winning a gold medal, how much will you sign me? Because you're not winning that." And because of that, I'm telling you, man, when I listen to the interview, I was like, my gosh. And that's why Audley is how Audley is. He's angry and frustrated and stuff like that. But like, look, all I say to you, yeah, it's very interesting. You could, when you listen to that, yeah, it give you a nice insight into how certain things are. And this is how some people of color made things and stuff, and you can see how they get sidelined, and other people take their skin. He actually explained how Rob McCracken got into the situation, into the gig, and how he's there, and he reckons he ain't no good either. He ain't no good. He broke it down beautifully, you know. He broke it down beautifully. But like I said, anyway, Audley's been there. He's fought Wilder. He's been around America. He's seen things and stuff like that. And he said when he saw Wilder and Fury, it gave him the passion of the game. He said that made, because it was a slow raw. You know, two guys going for it. Wilder, they were both going for it, and that gave him the passion to come back into the game. So he's been starting his Twitter thing. Even on Twitter, if you see Audley on Twitter, he's backwards and forwards. I think he replies to everyone. He's going backwards and forwards with everyone on Twitter, and then, you know, it's quite enjoyable because Audley's very accomplished as an amateur. He's in fact, he was the first gold medalist of heavyweight for. I don't think they've ever had a heavyweight. Audley was the first. He was the first one to do that. Also, amateur. He won the European belt. He went against David Hay and stuff like that. He's very accomplished, but people throw him like Bruno and throwing him down a lot. And you look at this is what I'm getting into. You see the criticism.
Hold on 1 second. Don't forget what he's going to say. I just need to address this real quick, like. Okay, so Reptile Lifestyle says Lennox Lewis respects Fury. Well, to an extent, perhaps. Ali's grandson respects Fury. To an extent, perhaps. Shaquille O'Neal respects Fury. To an extent, perhaps. Mike Tyson respects Fury. To an extent, perhaps. But he also said he'd cane him. He'd cane all these cats, these new jacks. It's only low-level internet scrubs that hate on him. Well, it ain't hate on him. There ain't no bigger hater than Fury. And in this life, what you give is what you get. He's a steroid cheat. He's a steroid cheat. He's a what you call it, a compulsive liar. Who the hell is gonna respect a steroid cheating compulsive liar? If that is what you deem respectable, my friend, hey, then crack on, lad. But I'm afraid that decent, upstanding citizens cannot salute that. That is not to be saluted. He feather dusted. He feather dusted Vladimir Klitschko, fair play. And yes, he took out the underskilled Deante Wilder. Yeah, but that's two Ring Magazine top 10 fighters in 6 years. That, my friend, is a load of crapola and is not to be saluted. EJ, you were saying.
You can't say low level because you ain't got no channel. And where's your channel for us to go over and have a conversation? I mean, if you feel that way, there's the link. Yeah. You're welcome to jump in. Where's Reptile. What's your name? Reptile Lifestyle.
Reptile.
Yeah,
just call him Reptile.
Yeah. You're welcome to jump in and get that smoke and explain to me and Raphie how the low life scrubs.
Explain that. Come and explain that. You know, but in the meantime, the man is up in the building. Talk to me, Dan. Talk to me. Uh-oh.
He's on mute.
Uh-oh. Yo, what's happening, fellas? What's happening?
Yo, you good? Yeah, you good?
Got sound problem?
Hey, everything's good. Everything's good, Dan. How you doing, right?
Good.
Talk to me, Dan.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, I heard. The undisputed class went down once again by Tyson Fury. Is that what I'm reading? And this is the second time whenever there's an undisputed fight involved, he's fucked it up. Only this time there was no arbitration that he could fall back on and say, hey, arbitration is the reason why I couldn't make the fight. This was his choice. And the reason why this was his choice because he was clean as Eddie Hearn even pointed that out today. They say, yeah, it was all on him. He fucked it up on the last minute by saying he didn't want to fight Usyk. All he wanted was an interim fight, and then he'll think about fighting Usyk. I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Well, if you wanted,
I don't know, man. I can't see how the Fury fanatics can defend this one.
If you wanted the interim fight, if you wanted a warm-up fight for Usyk, then Dillian White's there. Why don't you just warm up with Dillian White?
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a warm up fight. You and I both know that. But I see your point, though. I see your point. Get your mandatory out the way, which the WC did mandate you to do. Get that out the way, then you fight Usyk, right?
Yeah.
That's a logical thing to do. But nah, he didn't want that. He wanted an easy touch up before he fought Usyk, the last minute. And like, well, this is what Eagle Clemens will talk about, dude. You fucking agree before you call my guy a pussy. You're the one who held things up. You're the one. My guy agreed to everything, all the terms that were meant to fight you. He wasn't running away from it. You are. So I'm like, you know, and another thing too, I have to bring up. Eddie Hearn was fuming today in these interviews today. He was fuming because he's even came out and said that my side, we've all agreed to the step aside deal. We all had that arranged until Tyson Fury is the one that blew it up. So he don't seem too happy that now maybe. I mean, not as far as White's concerned. I don't think he has a problem with White fighting Tyson Fury, but I think he's more concerned about Joshua getting back in there with Usyk from the looks of it because he don't seem happy about that from the way he's reacted today. So, you know, besides the point, yeah.
I don't think that's. I think you're reading that wrong. I said,
you don't seem happy about it.
Nah, man. I saw the interview with Cougar. He looks like, yeah, hey, they're happy to take the rematch, man. They're happy to go back in there and get their belts back, man. We must have read that wrong. We might have read that wrong.
I don't know. I got. Well, let me say this. No, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. I think AJ will do it. I think he will do it. I think Hearn doesn't have the confidence that he'll win. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he has the confidence that in him. I think he'll do it. But again, it's up. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know, man. This thing is a freaking mess, man. These guys need to get it going, man. I mean, if Tyson Fury is going to fight Dillian White, don't hold your breath on that one. Guys would be pulled out the last minute, man. I'm just being real. Don't be surprised.
So
saying that, I'm going to fight Dillian.
You think?
Okay, well, Eddie White, anything can happen tomorrow.
Hold on. Did you just say you think that Tyson Fury is going to pull out of the Dillian White fight? Did you just say that you think Tyson Fury is going to pull out of the Dillian White fight?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Wow.
I just saying, don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. Yeah. Yeah. You think so? Wow.
I'm not sure what he's going to.
Wow. I don't think he can. Well, he might pull it. Well, listen, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. The only thing we do know is that if he does pull out, he's talking about pussy this, pussy that. He's going to look like the biggest pussy on the face of Mother Earth.
I don't think he cares, man. Now. I don't think he cares. He's Teflon done. A man could come out and call another man a drug cheat who's never had trouble with drugs, and the media never came after him. If that was someone else, they would have come after him. You know what I mean? So to me, and then you got this guy Gareth A. Davis putting out information which is old, and everyone rehashed it like it's new. You know, you could obviously see that people are panicking. You know, the man, you see that side, they're all panicking. Right. They're all panicking. Fury is attacking people online. He's got his number one shield guy, Gareth A. Davis, coming out and putting his news. So you see they're on the run. All of them are on the run. The only one I see is quite quiet is Usyk sitting there as the champion, seeing what's going on. He's the most dangerous guy there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, people need to keep that. Everyone needs to keep the eye on that guy right there. Joshua's doing everything he can to learn as much information he can, as much information he can. So when he goes in a fight, he can give Usyk, and Joshua's not budging. He ain't, but Joshua could have to fight in December. You know what I mean? He can have it when he wants, because he's the A side, and that ain't changing for now. You know what I mean? He makes sure when you fight me, you're gonna get paid, but you're not until I'm ready and when I'm ready. So you sit there on the sidelines and watch my clips, watch my little highlight clips of me with my 500 trainers until I narrow it down to one, and I'm gonna give you the beating you deserve. That's what Joshua's on. Joshua's making sure that he lets everyone know that I'm the champ and you're waiting. So Usyk's gonna be on the sidelines. In the meantime, Tyson Fury's on the clock. He's on the clock.
Well, I don't think Usyk cares. I don't think he cares. I don't think that would matter to him. Like, you can take as much time as you want to, but I don't think you're gonna beat me. But go ahead. That's what he's telling Anthony Joshua. But anyways, but the fact is that this whole heavyweight scene, it's a mess, man. You would think, Deontay Wilder being a champion was holding things up for a while, which I openly admit he did. He did hold things up for a while when he was a champion. And you think that when you would get the belt off him, things would get better, but it's gotten worse since he's lost the title. Things has gotten worse in that division ever since he's lost that title. You know what I'm saying? So
has it got worse, or has it got worse, or it's still the same? It's still the same. We replaced one. We replaced one guy who didn't want to fight top opponents with another guy who statistically we can prove doesn't want to fight top opponents.
But Wilder fought his mandatories, but Wilder fought his mandatories though, innit?
Yeah, he fought his mandatory. You got to get one
for every mandatory, and he gave Fury a voluntary. Fury wasn't even a thing. So Wilder was better. If Wilder was in this position, Wilder would have took the Dillian fight a long time ago, in my opinion.
What the hell? Wilder was in that position and refused to take the Dillian fight.
Wilder got beat, but Wilder got the draw, and then he lost to Fury, so he was out of the position.
Dillian White was mandatory for something like 2 damn years, and Wilder didn't want it. Wilder told Dillian White, "I will make you wait for 2 years."
Obviously, Dillian. Listen, I can say right now that maybe Wilder didn't want to fight. Wilder put Ortiz in the way. He didn't want to fight him. Then Wilder said, "You got to fight Brazil," and Dillian said, "I ain't fighting him. I want to fight you." So in a way, if I look at it, maybe I was a bit biased. Then I'll say maybe Wilder didn't want to fight him. And it's true. If you think about it, why are you putting other guys in front of me? And he allowed the WBC to say that because the WBC said you have to fight him and to fight Dillian. Dillian said, "I'm not fighting them. I'm not fighting them."
I defy anyone with a functioning brain cell to tell me. I defy anyone with a functioning brain cell to tell me that Deontay Wilder did not duck Dillian White. Go ahead. I defy anyone with a functioning brain cell to tell me that Deontay Wilder did not want to fight
I'm not saying that.
Dillian White. Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight Dillian White. He had no intention. He told him. He told him in a text. He told him that I will keep you waiting for 2 years.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But hey, didn't Dillian pass up various eliminators to fight for that title? Did he turn them down?
Excuse me?
Yes or no? Did Dillian turn down various WBC title eliminators? Did Dillian White turn down various title eliminators for the WBC? Yes or no?
Did Dillian White refuse to jump through WBC hoops for the most part? Now I got a question for you. I got a question for you. Did Deontay Wilder at any point, did Deontay Wilder at any point make any offer to get rid of his man Dillian White? Say again.
Oh well. I don't know if it's me.
Yo, Raphie.
No, I'm saying your Wi-Fi keeps coming out. Hold on.
No, it's yours, Dan. Your Wi-Fi's bad.
Hey, what's up?
What up, Joe, Dan? Let me just clear up a few things. Wilder did 10 title defenses. Eight of them were voluntaries. Yeah. 2 of them were only like certified mandos. 8 out of the 10 were voluntaries. So he cherry picked like people that weren't even in the top 50. Most of his people that he fought weren't even in the top 100 heavyweights. Let's get that straight. So moving along swiftly because we got to operate with facts. It's not the same. Sorry. Him and Fury's resume is paper thin. Paper.
Thin paper. Rizzler paper. Rizzler paper.
For that. You see me? Yes. Yeah, you know, I heard the capping. I heard the capping. I had to come on. Sorry, I heard the capping.
You're gonna take that. You're gonna take that, Dan. You're gonna take that sitting down, Dan.
Well,
no, Dan's my guy. Dan's my guy. I know.
Yeah, I like
Dan's my guy, but he operates from facts, and I give him that. He's a Wilder fan, but he's not a fan boy.
Fair enough. I appreciate that, ladies. I appreciate that.
Good, Dan.
Let me just say this: I'm not a Tyson Fury fan. You guys all know that, but let me just call for what it is. Yeah, we all know that. But let me just say this: is Tyson Fury got the best heavyweight resume? Of course not. Not even by a mile. He does not. Is it that bad? I wouldn't call it that bad. I mean, look, he's got the Klitschko win, he's got the Wilder wins, he's got the Chisora wins, he's got the Cunningham wins. So it's not quite as bad, but again, it's not as good. Let's just put it that way.
Chisora's no
it's
one.
terrible.
Big up Chisora, but Chisora's no one. He's never been a world title holder. He's only had I think a British title. That's it. That's nothing. Chisora's resume is better than Fury's. That's a fact. Chisora's resume.
Take out Deontay Wilder. And
Wait,
Listen, when we talk about a resume, it doesn't mean who the people that you've beaten. It means their level of opponent that you faced. Yeah. So Fury's resume is trash. Deontay Wilder's resume is trash. Andy Ruiz's resume is even quite up for question. But if you look at Dillian White's, Anthony Joshua, and Derek Chisora's, they would be the top 3 resumes in the heavyweight division. Facts.
All right, so by that logic,
you could throw in a bit of Joseph Parker actually, because he's did an Usyk as well, and an AJ. So they would be like the top 4. All of the rest fall by the wayside. The Klitschko thing is up for question because he popped dirty, but they didn't actually ban him until the year later. So that Klitschko win is actually under scrutiny now, to be honest.
Okay. Well, let's make a small correction on that one. He popped dirty for the Christian Hammer fight, and that was covered up. Not for the Klitschko one. So that's one.
Dirty.
Yeah, but let's hold on. Let me say this. Hold on, let me say this. We go to you and then AJ. But so he popped dirty for the Christian Hammer fight, but he was not punished for that. Therefore, he went on 6 months later to fight Vladimir Klitschko. Now, Vladimir Klitschko, he should never have been in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. That should be ruled a no contest.
But he got tested for that fight.
Excuse me. No. Don't miss it. Don't miss the point. Don't miss the point. The point is he should have been suspended. Therefore, he should not have been in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. And that fight should be ruled a no contest.
Correct.
I agree. I got no problem there. What I'm just saying is that it was for the Christian Hammer fight, not for the Klitschko fight. But to your point, the overall point, he should have been suspended for that after that Christian Hammer situation. But somebody covered that up, and I didn't like that.
Yeah,
someone covered that up.
And he popped dirty after the Klitschko fight as well, though. The first Klitschko fight.
Okay.
He popped dirty.
The Landry was for the Christian Hammer fight.
Yes, but how do you know that?
The coke after the Klitschko fight. It was coke after the Klitschko fight. So he popped dirty 2 times in 2 consecutive fights.
So cocaine. Yeah, it was for cocaine. Yeah, I give you that.
Suspended.
It was so nice he had to do it twice, didn't he?
Yeah. Suspension.
Yeah,
That's the appropriate thing.
Yeah, let me just say this though. Somebody's gonna knock him out. It's coming because say what you. Yeah, maybe him. But I'll just say this: say what you will about Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder put a dent in that guy's armor. His chin is not the same after that.
Yeah,
fight.
he did.
So that guy's he's gonna be a knockout waiting to happen. But
listen, carry on.
No. I was going to go ahead.
No, nobody's saying that Deontay Wilder don't hit hard. Nobody's saying that.
Facts.
What I always question was his delivery system.
Yeah.
So,
but you mean like?
I just question his resume.
His delivery system. How does he deliver it? You know what I'm saying? How does he get in? How does he make inroads? You know what I'm saying? That's what I question, his delivery system. And also I question his level of opposition. EJ Boxing Live, talk to me.
I ain't gonna say, bro. I'm just listen. This argument's old, bro. Like it's an old conversation.
How is it old? I just started 13 minutes ago.
It's old. Like, hey, 1 minute. Fingers on the clock. I'm looking forward to see what's next.
11 minutes. 11 minutes.
They've been caught. They've been boxed in like a rat in a trap. Fury's caught in there. The cheese, the bait is laying down for him. No matter which way he goes, he's in trouble. You got to fight Dillian. Open up door 1. You got to fight Dillian. Open the other door, Usyk or AJ. So I'm happy that end of the day things are on the move. And I had enough that Eddie Hearn has come out and put it on them. And Gareth A. Davis has been put on the back pedal. And we found out that a lot of these guys out there, and this is what I'm saying, when Audley was saying in his interview about how the media, Frank Warren has the media in his pocket. When Audley didn't sign with Frank Warren a smear campaign to call him fraudly and all these names, though, even though he was accomplished in the amateurs and done very well. When he signed with the BBC and not with him, at the time, and this is what they usually do, they smear you in the media until Audley got broke, like he said, and he had to sign with Frank. because he knew that he had nowhere else today. And when I think about AJ and the way AJ is being smeared, and you see obviously Eddie Hearn is with Eddie Hearn and he's with them guys, and you're with Frank one, the other, and Bob Arum because he's got the American media. You can see what's going on and what fighters have to do, not actually in the ring or outside the ring. They're literally fighting just to get respect. If you look, I was thinking about Floyd Mayweather. Every time he fought, and he fought for Bob Arum, I was thinking about them. Not one time was Bob Arum in the ring. Think about all the fights you saw with Floyd Mayweather. Did you ever see Bob Arum in the ring at all? But yeah, he was working for him. So it shows you that even if a guy is working with you, this guy can be secretly behind you, getting the media, Steve Kim, and the Paulie Malignaggi's. And I ain't got nothing against Paulie, but he come out with some comments recently I don't really agree with. But all these people in the media, there's shields for certain people, and they have agendas. So like I said, they're on the clock. I got training tomorrow. So hey, thanks for the panel, everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat.
Right,
Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
All right, brother. Take care.
That was the EJ Boxing Live. This guy's own channel. Go check him out. So where we at, folks? Where we at, people?
Where we at?
I don't know. I mean,
someone asked if Dillian Whyte ever showed evidence of his injured shoulder for the.
Well, Mauricio Suleiman came out and said he did. He provided that to the WBC. Mauricio Suleiman is on record.
Mauricio Suleiman is on record, making it clear that Dillian Whyte did produce medical evidence to prove that he had an injured shoulder. Mm-hmm. So I hope we've clarified that. One. Dan the man.
Yeah, I just got a question here. Lady, I don't know any chance that Chisora has a better resume than Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury is a guy.
Hang on, Dan, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me now? Your signal's terrible, but I heard what you said. What do you say? He questioned your view that Chisora has a better resume than Tyson Fury. I would say, or Deante Wilder. I would say that he's fought better opposition overall than
just hasn't got the wins, but he's got a better resume.
Yeah, in terms of,
I mean, that doesn't get you in the Hall of Fame because you got to win those fights.
It doesn't get Deontay Wilder in the Hall of Fame. So if Deontay Wilder's in the Hall of Fame, then Derek Chisora should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, let me just say this.
Deontay Wilder's not in the Hall of Fame, neither should be Derek Chisora.
I agree with you on that one. Yeah, I call it fair. I agree with that. But let me just say this: the Hall of Fame is kind of shady in a way because there's many guys in there that shouldn't even be in there. I mean, like Simon Brown, Jamaican great, all-time great from Jamaica. That's where my roots come from. And I tell you that right now. It's criminal he's not in the Hall of Fame, but you got Buddy McGirt, who's got one good win on his resume, and that's against Maurice Blocker. If he's in the Hall of Fame before Simon Brown, I got an issue with that. But one of my point is that Buddy McGirt lost many big fights. He still got in because of that win over Blocker. He was a champion. Simon Brown has been a champion for many years, got better wins than Buddy McGirt. But yeah, to your point, I see what you're saying. But again, we can debate about that back and forth. But my point is that look
at his resume. Look at Chisora's resume. So he's even got some people that Wilder fought on there as well. So he's fought Helenius, Klitschko.
Sorry, my bad.
Tyson Fury, Kubrat Pulev, Dillian Whyte.
I'm pulling it up now.
You want to put the Carlos Takams, Dillian Whyte again. Arthur Spilker's nobody. That's who Wilder beat, and
Joseph Parker,
David Price, Joseph Parker,
Alexander
Usyk. You can't chat. Wilder can't chat to Chisora's resume.
Arthur Spilker.
I've named you some people that definitely was at the time were in
Dillian
the top 10.
Carlos Takam.
What is this? What's
Ajit Kabayal.
Yeah. What's Chisora's? What's Chisora's best win compared to Wilder's best win? What's his best win on his record?
Don't have a best win. That's the thing. Because he didn't.
Well, what I'm saying, what's their
who's Wilder's best win?
Who's Wilder's best win? And if you dare say Luis Ortiz, I'm going to desecrate.
Well, I asked first though. Answer a question to the question.
Okay, so his best win. Let's see. Let me have a look. His best win. Look, I'm the first one to tell you that Derek Chisora's got like 11, 12 losses. I've never said he was victorious.
But if
But
we're
I said
talking
his
about best
resume is
wins,
great. We're
but
not
if you
talking
talk-
about best wins. We're talking about his resume.
Yeah.
But
if we are talking about best wins, Dan, then you gotta provide the best win for Deontay Wilder.
Let's see.
I'll definitely do that, but let's
Don't come with
talk about
Luis
Chisora.
Ortiz. Okay, so he don't have a best win, like I said. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he was never world champ.
Yeah,
he
you
was
don't.
never world champ.
You ain't
So
really.
he don't have a best win.
You ain't really got a best win. But
No,
I
he
don't
doesn't
think.
have
I
one.
don't think. That we're talking about best wins. I think we're talking about
We're
the
just
body of
talking
work.
about level of opposition.
I think we're
that
talking
he's
about
faced.
level of opposition.
Mhm.
Level of opposition.
Yeah, we can all agree that he's lost all his big fights.
Of course he has. This is what we
Yeah.
said, but his
Okay.
resume is still better than the most. That's all we're saying.
Wilder's
Yeah,
best
so I
win
guess, I guess
Who's Wilder's best win? Let's have a look.
is it Stavern or is it
Yeah.
Don't
Ortiz?
you dare say Stavern.
so Severn, Ortiz. What else we got there? It's
Don't
not a
you
good.
dare
It's
say
not a good
Ortiz.
resume.
I already warned you down with the Ortiz. Who did Ortiz beat?
Well, he beat Charles Martin, the guys most of you guys picked to beat
Who
Ortiz
did
the other
Ortiz
night.
beat? Who did Ortiz
I'm just
beat?
saying. Well, he had Brian Jennings.
Who did Ortiz
Guys,
beat? I'll show you.
Brian
Ortiz
Jennings.
came in. Who did he beat?
You know
I
Brian
just wanna
Jennings.
know.
Brian
Oh,
Jennings.
oh,
Brian Jennings.
Okay.
Yeah, he was,
Okay.
well, Brian
Okay.
Jennings was a top 10. Well, Brian Jennings was a top
Okay.
10 fighter at the time.
Okay.
He was
Brian
a top
Jennings
10
is
fighter
no
at the
one.
time.
Brian Jennings
Well, he was
is
a
no
top
one.
10 fighter when
Yeah,
Ortiz
Brian
beat him.
Jennings is no one.
Well,
Brian
he was a
Jennings
top
is
10
no
fighter.
one.
Ortiz
He's not
beat
even.
him.
We don't even mention him in today's boxing. Let's be fair.
Of course, yeah. After
so,
Ortiz lost, he's been.
you know,
Yeah, Ortiz
Luis
lost.
Ortiz
He's
has
Brian
beat
Jennings.
nobody.
Well, he beat
if
Charles
that's
Martin
Wilder's
recently.
best win,
Well, I
if that's
mean,
Well, he beat
Wilder's
Charles
I
best
mean,
win, then cool.
yeah.
he
I
beat
mean,
Charles Martin recently.
I mean, what
That-
we.
that
I mean,
says it
yeah,
all,
but he
really.
looks like his knees almost gave out though, Dan. Come on, Ortiz
Yeah,
knees
but he
almost
knocked him
gave
out though. Yeah,
Man,
he knocked him
Ortiz
out
looked
though,
like
didn't he?
Ortiz looked like he needed a Zimmer frame. Ortiz looked like he needed a mobility scooter in there.
But hey, though, y'all was picking Charles Martin to beat him, though, right? I'm just saying, did you guys pick Charles Martin to beat him, right?
I may have picked Charles
No, I
Martin.
didn't pick Charles Martin. I picked Ortiz. Wait.
I may have.
No, I picked Ortiz. My prediction.
You didn't say that? Okay. I'm asking Raphie, though. So, Raphie, you picked Ortiz to beat him, right?
I may have picked
Okay, I mean,
Ortiz.
you beat, Martin to beat him, right?
I may have.
No,
sorry,
I
may have picked Martin, but it was a close thing, though. It was a close thing. I mean,
Okay.
it was close, but I may have picked Martin. I may have picked
I
Martin.
picked Ortiz.
I may have picked Martin. New media today up in the building.
Says Ortiz is the boogeyman. No, he's not. He's not the boogeyman anymore.
The boogeyman. I don't know. I think he's the old man. He's the old man of the division. And no disrespect. No disrespect to his age. There's nothing wrong with getting up in there in age. Nothing wrong with that. He's competing. He's the best. He has to go down in the history of boxing as the best 50-year-old plus boxer in the history of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he's a pensioner, and as a pensioner, I give him credit of
you
like.
Give the man credit. The man's 52 years old, still rocking it with them young boys up in there.
Hey, you know what, Joe? You know what, Joe? You do understand heavyweights can't push it up to 50. You know that's been historically been proven. Archie Moore nearly fought when he was 50 years old.
Yeah, but Archie Moore told the truth that he was 50 and didn't lie and pretend he was 42 when he was 50.
Oh, that's true. That's what I'm saying, though. What am I saying is that the heavyweight division's lifespan is a lot longer than people think. So that's why I say 40s is not that old when it comes to the heavyweights. They fight longer than that.
52? Come on, give the man some respect. Give the man some respect. And in comes the man like.
Speaking of, hey, wait, hold on. Speaking of lying ages, did Sonny Liston and Jersey Joe Wilcott lie about their ages when they fought?
I don't know. I wasn't around. That was before my time. So I'm not.
But I was saying, Sonny Liston was listed 32 years old when he fought Cassius Clay, the first fight, Muhammad Ali. And you know damn well if you look at that fight, Sonny Liston was 32. He looked way older than that.
Looked seasoned. He looked like a seasoned. He looked like a seasoned man. He looked seasoned.
Yeah, he looked like he was mid-40s when he fought Ali the first time. I'm just saying.
I gotta admit, even as a kid, when I used to watch Liston, I thought, "Wow, this man must have had a hard paper round."
Yeah,
he must have had a hell of a hard paper round. But anyway, in comes the man like
the fight doctor.
The fight doctor. Come on in. Post
Doctor's in
COVID,
the house.
post COVID, he made it through. Come on and talk to me.
Hey, you made it, man. Hey, Rick
Fight
James
Doctor's in the house.
Fight Doctor.
On Rick James status post COVID.
You know what's up?
Post
You made
COVID,
it.
Rick James
Yeah, you made
status.
Shout out to the Lady Chan. Shout out to Dan the Man. Shout out to Mr. Dawkins.
Shout out,
Shout
brother.
out to shout out to you, Fight Doctor.
But
Glad
of
you made
course.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad you made it, brother.
Glad you're
you
better.
made it. Glad you're
Thank you.
better. Glad you're better. Talk to me. Talk to me.
So, in terms of Sonny Liston, he was born like Alabama somewhere, and how it worked out was when he was born, I don't think he actually knew his birthday. He didn't actually like have a birth certificate or whatever it was. So there was some question about how old he was, and I don't think Sonny Liston was actually sure how old he was.
Yeah, I can believe that. That's not unusual at that time.
And I think it's a similar situation with Ortiz, being from Cuba, and being that he's black in Cuba, he's probably like come from the poorest of the poor section. Like Cuba's already a poor country.
Yeah.
So being Afro-Cuban, he's probably from the poorest of the poor sections in Cuba. So
my mom told me that when she was little, she didn't know it was a birthday unless somebody told her.
Right.
Yeah. In Jamaica, innit?
Yeah. She didn't know it was a birthday on that day unless somebody said, "Oh, by the way, it's your birthday."
Yeah. True. True.
Yeah, so
Ortiz
probably comes out of a similar situation.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I saw a documentary on Sonny Liston. I think somebody uncovered his birth certificate where he was born 1919. I could, Fight Doctor, if you want to see something, I could send you the clip if you want to look at that.
Yeah, send it over.
Put it in
Send it on the private chat.
Put it.
All right, let me see if I can. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it now, but you can put it up wherever you can put it up.
All right, I'll put it up.
Yeah, I'd like to see that though, Dan.
So we can see it.
Okay.
But Fight Doctor, talk to me about this situation anyway. Talk to me about the situation that we're currently standing. It's 2 minutes past the hour of 12. And so now, if they haven't agreed, we're going to find out in the morning whether they've agreed or not. But if they haven't agreed, it goes to purse pits. Talk to me, Fight Doctor.
Well, listen, 80-20, that's a lot of money on the table. That's a lot of money that Dillian White isn't getting. I mean, I would imagine that he could probably go somewhere else and make more money as opposed to accepting the 80-20 against Tyson Fury. So I've always been of the mindset that given that in boxing, one fight can change the course of your career, you need to take whatever is paying the most money. And
who are you talking? Are you saying that Dillian White needs to just take the 20%? Is that what you're saying to me?
No, what I'm saying is Dillian White needs to take the fight that's going to make him the most money. Now, if he can make the most money fighting Tyson Fury and getting 20% out of this purse bid, that's the fight he should take.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Pertinent and germane to what you're saying. So when Tyson Fury came back 3 years ago and he was talking about an Anthony Joshua fight, how is it that he was talking about 50-50? When now he's talking about percentages of what you earned in your last 2 fights. How is it he was not 50% of Anthony Joshua 3 years ago? And he's probably still ain't 50% now, but certainly not 3 years ago. So now the rules have changed. Now they're talking about, oh, no, you're only worth 20%. Well, back then, Tyson Fury was only worth 20%, but he was asking for 50%.
Okay, so it comes down to the chips that you're holding. And Tyson Fury 3 years ago, at the very least, held the bargaining chip that I'm the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, or at least I was the last lineal heavyweight champion of the world, if you give credit to Vladimir Klitschko. So he had that chip, right? He also had the chip that, well, all these belts that you are parading around with, well, they were mine before they were yours. I never lost them in the ring.
Well, he lost them in the chemist.
Well, okay, that's fine.
He lost them at the chemist and at the Wild Boar Farm. He lost them at the chemist and at the Wild Boar Farm.
He lost them up.
Yeah, we all know that was a bribe on that situation.
He still lost them. He lost.
Listen, I'm not disputing any of that. All of that might be true. It probably is. But at the end of the day, there's certain bargaining chips that Tyson Fury held that Dillian White does not.
Yes,
And
I agree with that.
And it's painfully apparent. It should be painfully apparent to Dillian White that the politics are not in his favor.
Well, listen. This we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out when we wake up in the morning. You're gonna find out when you wake up in the morning. We're all gonna find out when we wake up in the morning the lay of the land. Is it going to be 20%? Is the arbitrator? The arbitrator doesn't arbitrate till March. Where is it now? We're not even in February. The arbitrator doesn't arbitrate till March, and he's the one with the final word about the percentage split. So it's an awkward situation. Does Eddie bid high? Of course he's going to have to bid high.
How much you reckon, though, Raphie, would you bid? What if you guys on the panel, if we was all bidding for this fight, what would you all bid for this fight?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a very good question. Me personally, probably bid 25, maybe $30 million.
Jeez, that's high.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, well, look at it this way.
I was the same. I was 30. I said about 30 mil.
Okay, so it looks like I'm bidding low then. Looks like I'm bidding low. I'm bidding low because I think, what am I bidding? It's Tyson Fury versus Dillian White. I'm bidding 25 max.
And what fight, Doctor? What would you bid?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't know how things work in the UK market because it's definitely a UK fight.
Yeah,
because
it's going to be.
I don't think anybody on this side of the pond actually really cares.
No.
So if the fight would have happened in America, $5 million to be completely
just do it in the UK.
Maybe 7.
Yeah.
Okay, based on UK. Pretend you're doing it. Pretend you want to.
Hold on a second, though, Lady Chan. Hold on a second, though, because we're gonna have two prime bidders. We got Bob Arum, who wants to fight in America, where it grosses less, and we got Eddie Hearn, who wants to fight in the UK, where it grosses more. So we can look at this and say, well, who the hell out of the two, under those circumstances, can afford to bid the highest? It's Eddie Hearn.
Eddie Hearn. Bob can, but he wouldn't. It wouldn't be.
Well, he can't recoup that in America.
He couldn't recoup it in America.
He can't recoup that in America. So the guy with the stronger hand, I put it to you, ladies and gentlemen of the panel and the chat. I put it to you that Eddie Hearn's got the stronger hand in this bidding war.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely got the backers behind it because the zone's willing to is willing to bid to bid and to secure control of the fight. Now, this is where things get tricky here. This is the reason why the 80 display is an issue here, because since as of right now, as it stands, Top Rank is the Top Rank failure because they want an 80-20. So, and Dillian has a stipulation that I can't get no more than 10 million. So if that's the case, then the zone's going to have to bid $50 million for that fight. Now, I'm not sure how the UK market works. I'll openly admit that, but I've looked at previous numbers. I think 50 million for a fight like this, especially it's a mandatory fight. I know it's a big fight. Can it get to $50 million? I have to ask you guys.
I
was
just doing some calculations, because if they made our PPV £30, which is the highest that we ever pay. Usually we pay like 20 or 25 pounds, but just say their PPV would be £30. If they had 400,000, we don't know, 400,000 PPV buys, that brings in only 10 million.
Right. So that's going to be.
They get to 400,000. I don't know. I think maybe you could. I don't know though, Dan. Guys, I don't know what they do on the gate.
You're in robot mode, Dan. You're in robot mode.
Yeah,
stand by the window. Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. I gotta stand still because if I'm moving, I'm breaking out. My bad.
Stand on one leg, Dan. Stand on one leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna stand on one leg right now as we speak. But I was gonna say that I think it could do close to $1 million. I think it's that big of a fight in the UK. But if you do $1 million and you're paying $30 a pop, you're still short of paying the fighters and and the network's got to get their cut as well. So I'm not sure how the ticket revenue is going to make up for that, but. If you can get a right licensing fee, broadcasting fee, so that would help. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, $50 million is a very big speech for. I'm not saying the zone can't bid for it, but how are they going to make their money back if they're going to put that down? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why that's the reason why this split is the issue here, because that's why they're trying to bring it down, so that way it'd be, more, it'll be more financial. It makes more financial sense for them to bid for it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
If they
think
did
about
1 million at 30, that would be 30 million. And then it just say there's an 80-20 split. That's going to be 30 million. 20% of 30 million is 6 million.
Right.
6 million. And then that's a 20% for Dillian White, which doesn't seem that much. And then Tyson Fury would walk away with just under, he'd be getting 80%. So that would be 3, 6, 9, 12. He'd be walking away with. Hang on, he'd be.
I don't see the arbitrator awarding Dillian White 20%. I don't see the arbitrator awarding Dillian White 20%.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is there something I missed here, because I thought the WBC already said that the split would be 80-20.
Yeah, the arbitrator has the final word. That's been said many a time. The arbitrator arbitrates in March.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. If you bid for the fight, then the 80-20 split is, since the splits are, let's just say hypothetically now, it's already set. There's no argument about it. Let's just say that for hypothetical sake. That means Tyson Fury would have to get 40 million guaranteed, and Dillian White will get 10 million guaranteed plus the upside of the pay-per-view. So that's where this is where it's worrisome. That's why the 80-20 is the issue, especially for a guy like Eddie Hearn who wants to bid for that fight. Because if I put up 50 million, then again, Tyson Fury's got to get his 40 million. That's guaranteed. He's got to get that, regardless of what the pay-per-view what the revenue does.
Yeah, so, they'll lose money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tricky.
They'll lose money.
But ultimately, Eddie Hearn can afford to bid more than Bob Arum.
Yeah, he can.
But he will still lose money. Really, he could still lose money.
He could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the risk.
And you know what? And right, it's a huge risk. So just to think about it, I think this is the reason why Top Rank was pushing so far for the 80-20, because they know they can't win the first bid, so they want to make it the split so high, which is so far out reach. Right. Hearn is gonna probably say, "Fuck, I'm not gonna bid for this because it's too much money.
Right.
I can't do it."
Right.
Right. So
it's tricky. 20 million TKO said. Right.
It's tricky.
Right.
It's tricky. There's no question about it. It is tricky. But we do have word from Tyson Fury, which I'm about to share with y'all right about now. Let's have a listen. Let's have a listen. Let's go.
Wait to punch Dillian White in the gym. I can't wait to punch Dillian White's face right in, mate. I'm going to give him the best eye that he's ever had in his life, boy. Dillian White, train hard, soccer, because you're getting annihilated, bomb.
So that indicates that Tyson Fury, as Eddie Hearn has stated, it looks like Tyson Fury is accepting his fate. His fate is to fight Dillian White. He's accepting his fate.
He's pissed off, and that reaction is fear. He's pissed off because he knows that Dillian White was his buddy, and Dillian White dropped him twice in sparring, and Tyson Fury has never came out and refuted that. So he knows what Dillian White can do to him. He's pissed off at this fight. He's tried his best not to have this fight.
Yeah, he did.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Yeah, here's the thing, and I want to say something real quickly. He may say this now. Let's not all forget. I know I hate to bring this up, but we all remember the last time he announced a fight with somebody. What happened 24 hours later? What happened? The fight got called off. So there's a possibility. Yeah, so there's a possibility, and I'll say this again, that he may pull out his fight. This fight with Dillian White may not happen. So I'm just letting you guys, just put it out there. I want to see the fight. Don't get me wrong.
We all know that. We all know the possibility is that Tyson Fury backs out. We all know that.
Yeah,
we all know that the man dances to the beat of his own drum, regardless of rules, regulations. The WBC said, okay, we're mandating that you fight Dillian White, so you got to fight him. And he said, no, I'll fight him if you make it for the pearl belt. So to make it for the pearl belt, says, okay, we're making this fight for the pearl belt. And he comes back and he said, no.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm struggling to try to figure out right now. Purse bid it's supposed to go to purse bid today.
It's tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow.
Today, right
Today
now.
for us.
Oh.
Well, it's
We're
today.
midnight.
You guys,
That's
yeah.
Tomorrow for them, Raphie.
That's midnight.
They're 5 hours behind and 6 hours
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
So,
right.
so,
Past
You're right,
midnight.
Lacey.
so it's supposed to go to purse bid on the 28th. Now, how in the hell are you going to have a purse bid on a fight when you don't know what the split is going to be because the arbitrator hasn't ruled?
It's tricky.
On...
It's tricky. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Eddie Hearn has already said it's difficult.
Yeah, I've never. I don't recall a situation like this.
Do you think maybe they know what maybe could it be possibly that the arbitrator has ruled and it's just not public?
It's possible.
Must
It's
be because I mean, how do you have a
But having
person?
said that, if he's ruled, it would be public though, Chan.
Well, it would be public
with the
because,
people involved. With the people involved, they're not going to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, but
well, here's the thing, though. Yeah, can I say something real quickly? Yeah, because in the U.S., when it comes to the rule of law, whatever a ruling is an issue that has to be made public. It's never made secret. There's no secret tribunal or anything like that. So yeah, so the arbitrator will have to make it public.
Yeah, but here's my question, right? How do you have a purse bid? And all right, so the WBC says it's going to be 80-20, but the arbitrator has the final say. You have a purse bid before the arbitrator has his final say. The arbitrator can say, okay, well, it's 50-50. And I'm sure Dillian White would like that, but then Team Tyson Fury, they're probably going to be of a different opinion. So, and then the arbitrator doesn't have the final say for another 2 months. So you let this drag, or for another month, at least, month and a half. So you let this drag on needlessly for a month and a half where you have a purse bid. So you get the purse bid, and now we know how much money is in the pot, but we don't know the split. We don't know the split for a month and a half, and the split could come back. Who knows how the split's going to come back? I mean, how does this work?
Yeah,
it's going to be tricky. It's tricky. We know it's tricky.
Yeah, there could be another extension. Just stand by. I wouldn't be surprised if.
Will Mauricio said this is the last
Well,
I don't think there's going to be another extension. This is public.
Yeah.
Mauricio, although he's a liar, we know he's a liar.
Lies,
but it's looking bad now. It's looking bad now. It's looking bad now. So that's the reason I think that there's no more extensions. I don't think it's looking bad.
I'm with you on that, Raphie, but you know what, Mauricio Solomon, never say never because the man could change his mind the last minute.
Totally, I agree.
Because he's all about the money.
But I'm just saying that even for him, at this stage, it's looking like what is it like a circus, like a clown show?
Yeah, it's a clown show. Yeah,
it's looking like a clown show now, and even him, at some point, even he must feel a modicum of shame.
I think you're giving the silly man too much credit.
I may be.
Well, sometimes you got to give credit when credit is due. You got to sometimes. But
shout
like I said, though,
shout out to my trolls in the chat. They follow me everywhere I go.
I'm removing them.
Raphie, they follow me everywhere I go. Just seen that I sell vacuum parts to eBay, and then I don't send them the parts. I don't send them the parts, and I fund my Muslim boyfriend. That is wild. You guys' imagination is amazing. You should be authors. You should write books.
They should write comics. They should write comics. But let me just give a shout out to Paul Evans. Paul Evans come through with a support to the channel, Raphie boy. Yeah, support your boy Raphie. Support your boy Raphie, and that's the Paul Evans. Paul Evans, that's much appreciated. Much appreciated. But yeah, we're just removing them, Shan. Don't worry yourself. As they pop up, I delete them. Put the person on timeout, so you're covered. We got you over here.
Good.
We got you.
Actually find it.
We got you. But you know something. Tomorrow or today is D-Day. I was gonna call this D-Day because this hopefully this is the end of the line of this bull-ishery. Tyson Fury's dragged it out. Some people could say it's Dillian White because he wants more than 20%. Well, listen, Tyson Fury didn't come back and say he wanted 20% against Joshua. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Well, they're both the same gender, so that really don't really work. But what's good for one's good for the other.
But Raphie, the situations are totally different.
How so?
Because again, Dillian White doesn't have any bargaining chips. I mean, honestly,
we already talked about this, so let's not do it again. Then let's not do that again because we already covered that. We've already covered this subject in this very, very live. So we don't want to repeat ourselves on that. I heard what you say though. I hear what you're saying. But we have a difference of opinion on that, and that's all cool and the gang. But you know something, gang. I'm going to go around now and get everybody's final words because I think we've done this. So, where are we going with this? Let's start off with the Fight Doctor. Fight Doctor, it's good that you beat the COVID. It's good to have you back up in here. And just give us your final words as I close this thing down because it's, Raphie got work tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. And shout out to Big Boys Boxing. And I think he put it very succinctly. The WBC, we breed confusion. And that's exactly what's going on here. I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard of a purse bid, a fight going to purse bid, but you don't know what the split is before the fight goes to purse bid. I mean, how does this even make sense?
It's crazy.
You have the purse bid a month before the arbitrator weighs in on what the split's going to be. So you're just languishing in obscurity and confusion, and you don't know what the split's going to be for a whole month.
A king only
for no
fight king.
reason.
A king only fight king. Sorry, I had to drop that in there. A king don't fight peasant.
Yeah, but this situation, listen, the WBC once again proves itself to be a criminal organization.
Yep.
Tyson Fury would do himself a favor by dropping that stupid belt. I don't know why we continue to give these people the time of day when the only thing they're good for is creating confusion in the sport of boxing. And ladies and gentlemen, I give this fight Exhibit A. And I'll leave you with that.
Okay. Well, that was the Fight Doctor. Thank you very much for the Fight Doctor to come through. It's late over here in the UK. Raphie got work in the morning plus post-production. You know how that go. Or maybe you don't, but I'm sure some of you do. Dan, no, we need different opinions. Lady Shan, thanks for coming on over.
Oh, thanks for having
sharing
me.
your thoughts, your views, your observations. Lady Shan's got her own channels. I'm sure you're aware. Go ahead and check her out. Lady Shan, your final words, please.
Thanks for having me. I'm actually, I always rock on American time. So, guys, I may do a live in about an hour for my American familia. So, Dan, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to come on Fight Doctor. You're welcome to come on panel, and we can chop it up a little bit more.
Little bit more.
Thanks for having me, Raffington.
Well, hey, it's always a pleasure, Lady Shan. It's always a pleasure.
I love the show. I always love the show. Even if I'm not on the panel, or if you don't see me in the chat, half of the time that I am watching from my bed, comfortable. So I think the WBC stands for We Be Capping. So, that's all they do. And this is a story that it's kind of like Groundhog Day. We did this, me, Dan, Fight Doctor, in 2020, latter half of 2020 and 2021 with the Tyson Fury, Deante Wilder, AJ, and it's mad tedious. So, but we've all come back and reconvened, and we're all good. So let's not let this topic divide us, even though we've got different opinions. That's all I'm asking for from everyone. Just be respectful of everyone's opinion. We can rebut and we can debate. And I appreciate and I respect everyone's opinion because Dan's always been a respectful guy to me. Fight Doctor's been reined in now. Yeah, so he's all right now. But, so it's all good. Thank you for having me, Raphie. And I will put up my live. And guys, just look at the community. Now you guys can jump on Raphie. I'll speak to you on a day-to-day basis. Have a good night and get your sleep, right?
100%. That was the Lady Shan. That was the Lady Shan. Always a pleasure to speak to the Lady Shan. This is a great live, Raphie. Says the craft, all good stuff. Dan, the man. Then there were two. Understand the man. Thanks for taking
And the
time
best
out
of
of
luck.
your day. Thanks for taking time out of your day to spend it over here with the Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio Nation.
Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. You know, a good, healthy debate, man. Like Lady Chan says, we can have our difference of opinion, but we keep it respectful. So there's no beef, you know, no disrespect here. So I really appreciate that. I like that banter. So Raphie, man, thanks again for having a good, you know, and welcome me onto your panel. You know, great live, man. I really appreciate it. I just want to say one thing. The WBC acronym, as James Tony said a long time ago, we be crooks. That's what they are. And shout out to big boys in the chat. I've known Juno for a long time now. So, yeah, man, let's just hope for the better on this. I mean, the division's got to keep moving, man. You know, Fury, White, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder. I know Wilder is out there trying to recover right now, but he definitely needs to get back into the mix because the division does definitely need him. Regardless of what you say about Wilder, he's still a presence in that division, and we do need him. So, in there.
Wilder, you think he's going to come back, or you think he's retired after he's made his money now? He's made the bag.
No, I don't think so. I think he's got a few more fights left in him. I think so. I'm not saying he's going to be in it for the long run, but I think he's got a few more fights left. I'm not sure if it's going to be championship contention. That's yet to be seen, but I think he's got a few more fights left. That's just my opinion.
If he comes back, he's in big trouble, because if you're demotivated, which I think he will be, and you're just coming back, and you don't know, you don't have a purpose, you're not exactly sure why you're fighting, why are you in there? If you're not exactly sure, if you are not motivated, if you don't have a clear purpose, we've seen it before. After someone, you know, loses sometimes in a big fight, we've seen it before when they come back and they don't have a clear purpose, and it ends ugly. So I say, Wilder should keep his narrow ass out of the ring. Just because if you're not 100% focused, it ain't good.
You know, that's a fair point, man. You know, many fighters' careers are, you know, they're mentally are screwed up after a devastating loss. I mean, go back to Jeff Lacey. You can go back to guys like who else? I mean, there was other guys too. Fernando Vargas when he fought Trinidad many years ago. But let me just say this. Let's take one guy, for example, one of my favorite fighters of all time, Vander Holyfield. I remember back in the day when he took two bad losses one against Riddick Bowe. Actually, both, one against, two losses against Riddick Bowe and one loss against Michael Moore. And after that, he had to retire because of a serious heart condition and the fact that he took a lot of beatings during that stretch of his career. Yeah. When he came back, a lot of people doubted him. It's like, dude, you shouldn't even come back, dude. You made a lot of money. You should retire. You accomplished a lot. You're undisputed cruiserweight champion. You're the undisputed heavyweight champion. What more do you need to prove? But I think the motivation that brought Evander back was that he wanted that Tyson fight. He felt that was one thing. If there's one thing that he needed to do, he wanted to get Mike Tyson in the ring, one way or the other. If he lost, so what? But that was his motivating factor, drive for him to come back. And look what happened. He had a great run, beating Tyson, beat Michael Moore, avenged his loss against Michael Moore, beat some other good heavyweights on the run. Of course, he fell short against Lennox Lewis, but other than that, I'm saying Deante could use that as some type of motivational spirit because
he could do, but I see a big difference between Deante and Evander though, and that is that Evander was not a protected fighter.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not really trying to compare the two. What I'm saying is that a fighter who took in bad beatings, during the early stretches of his career, and many people when he retired the first time, and then he wanted to come back, people were ridiculing him for coming back. I remember this. When the publications came out and said that this guy is washed up, he's shot, he shouldn't even be fighting anymore. Somebody's going to kill him if he's going to fight like this. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying though, I know Deontay Wilder's nowhere near Evander Holyfield, no question about it. He's now nowhere near that pedigree. What I'm saying is that sometimes fighters can come back from devastating losses and they regain their form. Miguel Cotto is another example. Bad beatings against Margarito. We all know what Margarito did in their first fight. I get it, but that's besides the point. He took a bad beating against Manny Pacquiao. But many people felt Miguel Cotto was never going to be the same. They thought he wasn't going to recover from those losses. But what did he do? He came back. He won a title in another weight class. He won the middleweight title. He beat Sergio Martinez. I didn't think he was going to win that fight. So,
the problem is, once again, the difference I see there, I hear what you're saying, but once again, the difference is that the guy you mentioned, they were complete boxers. They were complete boxers. They were complete.
Right, they were complete.
Unlike Deontay Wilder, he's not complete. So when you have a guy who's a one-trick pony, guy, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a hell of a trick. It's a hell of a trick. But when you have a one-trick pony, other fighters, I think they feel more comfortable going up against you. They know what your trick is. They analyze it. They've seen you neutralized. They've seen a one-trick pony neutralized, and they just gonna have more confidence against him. Furthermore, Deontay Wilder, he hasn't fought the cream of the crop. He's fought one guy who you can say is the cream of the crop. But there's lots of guys waiting for him. There's a murderer's row waiting for him. There's Joe Joyce's waiting for him. You know, that's a hell of a fight. You got even a Parker, Joseph Parker. He's more complete than Deontay Wilder, and he can take a shot. He can take a shot.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but to your point though, you actually make some great points. But my point is that fighters can come back from devastating defeats and regain their form. And to your other point, there's many fighters who couldn't do it. Fernando Vargas couldn't do it. Jeff Lacey couldn't do it. Who was the other fighters in the past who couldn't really do it? Hell, I mean, I could go all the way back to
Mike Tyson couldn't do it. Mike Tyson couldn't do it.
To be fair, he did. No, he did. I know he when he lost. I know that was a horrible loss. But he came back and he fought a hard puncher, Razor Ruddock, beat him twice. He did that. He came back and beat Bruno. He beat who else he beat along the lines? Oh, I'll say the Bruno and the Razor Ruddock win.
Let me look at Mike Tyson. Let me see. I'm talking about after Buster Douglas.
Right. He got the Ruddock wins. Those are very good wins against Razor Ruddock. I remember the time nobody wanted to fight Ruddock. Holyfield ducked that fight, by the way. People don't know. He ducked the Ruddock fight. George Foreman ducked the Ruddock fight. I think Larry Holmes did too. So Tyson was the one who took him out twice. So you got to give him credit for that. That's right after Buster Douglas. If he came back, I don't immediately after he got out of prison. I'm not going to count that. I understand.
Yeah. Wow, you've gone full robot mode. You've gone full robot mode.
How about now, man?
Okay, yeah. I hear you.
All right, I gotta stop moving. But but like I said though, he beat Ruddock after the Douglas loss. He beat him twice. He came back and he beat Bruce Seldon. He beat Frank Bruno. So I mean, it's not a best comeback.
I'm trying to find the Buster Douglas fight. When the hell did he fight him? I can't see it.
1990 in Tokyo. 1990. Yeah, in Tokyo. Okay. Yeah, I think it was in Tokyo, summer of Tokyo, I believe. Yeah, it was
Buster Douglas. Okay, I see him now. Okay, so after Buster Douglas, he beat Henry Tillman, fine. Alex Stewart, Donovan Ruddock. Okay, those are good wins. Yeah, Donovan Ruddock, he beat Frank Bruno. Okay. So I miscalculated. He did have good wins after that.
Yeah, he did. He came back. He became a unified champion again.
Mike Tyson came back. Okay, he did come back. My mistake. He did come back. Okay, so that's to your argument. People can come back. You think Deontay Wilder can come back? That's what you're telling me.
Well,
I give him 20% to cut 10%. I just don't see him coming back and beating the top guys. I don't see him coming back and beating the top guys. I don't see it.
You could be right, but I think Deontay. I think he understands that. Yeah, he can retire, great, but he's still not going to get that respect, and rightfully so. He shouldn't, because you avoided all. You didn't really fight all the top guys. You avoided. It's an argument that you avoided most of them in your career, which you did. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want that respect, you need to come out of retirement. Not say retirement, but come out of your hiatus, and prove people wrong. I think he still got it.
The only reason Deontay Wilder should continue to fight, in my opinion, is if he wants to fight the top guys, which he didn't do in his career. If he wants to go out against 3 top guys, 3 top 5 guys, then so be it. Then I could respect that. But if he's coming back to fight also Rance, then what the hell is the point? What's the point?
Well,
What's the
I think
point?
it part of the reason why he may not say he wants to, but I think because the PBC's in financial trouble, we can all agree on that right now. And Wilder is their top guy. He's
Yeah,
their top draw, and I
yeah.
think they desperately need him right now. So that's another reason why I think he's going to come back. I mean, is he going to beat the top guys? It's hard to say at the moment. But, we'll have to see. But I think he's got a few fights. I think he's got a few fights left in him. That's my opinion.
Well, we gon' see later on today when we wake up over here in the UK around lunchtime. I'm expecting some news. You guys, by the time you guys wake up, there should definitely be some news about what's happening with with Tyson Fury and Dillian White. We're gonna find out one way or another when we arise to greet the morning sun, if we are so blessed to do so. Dan the man, great having you. Enjoy the
Thanks for
rest
having
of
me,
your
man.
evening.
Hey, you too, man. Thanks, I appreciate you for having me on. Take care.
Much appreciated. That was Dan. The man's got his own channel. Go check him out. Okay. So, 3 hours. I know the Raphie don't go 3 hours long. The Raphie don't go long anymore. You know what I'm saying? Too busy for that, and YouTube don't pay me right. YouTube don't pay me enough money to go live for long. You know what I'm saying? Trying to treat the Raphie like some kind of punk. You know, the Raphie can't tolerate that kind of behavior. Totally unacceptable. Okay. So, it was a cast of many, a cast of characters, too many to mention. We're at the 3 hour mark, and the Raphie don't bless you with 3 hours anymore. Because the YouTube don't treat him right. But we do go live regularly, at least a couple times a week. You know how we do. Thanks to everybody who jumped on the panel. Thanks to everybody who jumped in the chat. What can I say? Oh yeah, thanks to the sponsors. We got some sponsorship from the Paul Evans and earlier on from the Fifi. So that's always much appreciated, much obliged to everybody who took time out of their day to come chop it up over here with the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio Nation. Okay, so where are we? Thursday. Probably going to go live again tomorrow to chop up what happens tomorrow. It's great to have you all up in here. And what else can I say? It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. Look out for the videos. Look out for the lives. Hit that subscribe button and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And we are out. Blessed.